I hope everybody's doing good. So we're going to take a look and see what you need to know. This is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be a hard truth reading. So definitely trigger warning here. I am an honest reader. I'm not going to fill y'all up full of butterflies and sunshine. I'd love to, but I feel like that won't get you anywhere. So keep that in mind. If you get into the reading, it starts to trigger you too much, it starts to make you not feel so good. These are meant to be helpful, not hurtful. So simply click off. You always have control of that. This is just a YouTube reading. Don't let it ever take away from your energy, okay? There's a couple of things that we're going to ask here. The first thing is we're going to ask, what truth are you overlooking? And then we're going to ask, how can you best face the truth and grow from it, okay? So we're going to start here by choosing a pile, and we're going to do 4 piles. This is the Human Spirit Oracles. And these, actually, they have a reversal that you can read from the deck. So if it comes out reverse, I'm going to leave it. All right. So let's see. Pile 1, you need to know. Oop, that one flipped. I'm going to leave it flipped. Pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. All right, let's see what we have here. Pile 1, y'all have Against the Clock, number 30. Okay. Pile 2, y'all have a reversed one here. It's Homebody, and it's number 32. Okay. Pile 3, y'all have number 24, Head in the Clouds. I don't think I've ever seen this one, at least as a pick a card. Okay. And number 4, number 38, Forever Young. Now this one always comes out. Okay, so there'll be a little bit of a meditation. If you want to, you can pause it right there. Close your eyes, set your intentions. What is it you really need to know? Something that could help you for your highest good, help you to evolve, to change, to grow. And set those intentions in place when you choose your pile. And then when you open your eyes, which pile is it that you feel drawn to? Please keep in mind these are general readings. Also, please keep an open mind. When you get into a pile and it starts to feel triggering, especially if it involves anyone else, it could be that you're getting their reading, okay? So look at it through the lens of maybe this is a reading for someone that's close to you, where you can perhaps get some advice to share. I do see that a lot in these types of readings. Maybe you've always listened to someone else talk about a certain thing, and you're like, well, I wish I could give them some good advice so they would get past this, you know? So before you get too triggered, always remember you could be hearing someone else's reading or advice, okay? And take that how it resonates, of course. These general readings tend to have bits and pieces that could resonate with your story, but certainly perhaps maybe the whole thing doesn't resonate. If you do have something that comes across that seems alarming or doesn't really fit with the reading, just leave that for somebody else. Maybe somebody else needed to hear that message, okay? So timestamps for everything will be down below, and I will see you at your pile. Hey, pile 1. So if you chose the number 30, Against the Clock. Okay. Against the Clock. So a lot going on here, right? So 3 is actually a number of growth and expansion. It can also be some outside interference as well. What else is the number 3 here? The 3rd house, that's about communication and family. Okay, so we're talking about Gemini energy here. Gemini season could be relevant. That's May, June. Anything else? It's an air energy, so communication, Mercury energy could be really important here. But I feel this feeling of like wasting time. maybe where perhaps the hard truth has to do with where you're spending your time or your energy, or who you're spending it on. I have to clear my throat there before that. Okay, so when we're focused on this, I'm going to actually read from the book, which is a tiny little small part, but I feel like it's important. It's on page 70, which 7 is also a number of being in alignment. 7-3 is 10, so 10 is about that completion of a cycle. So this is something I feel like that needs to change or needs to stop, or something to do with that. We are talking about what you need to know. And keep in mind, if you didn't watch the intro, please go back and watch it. It is important. I don't want to have to go through it every time. These are important because you need to know about the triggers and how to deal with those triggers in readings like this, okay? So it says, time flies when you're having fun. Well, ain't that the truth? Time is a strange thing. Some people say life is short, but it's the longest thing you'll ever do. Are you procrastinating? Perhaps you have a deadline that needs to be met, and you have waited until you are fighting with time to get things completed. I couldn't say completed, right? Time is precious, so use it wisely. Do what needs to be done so that you can enjoy the moments in between to the fullest without stressing your time crunch. Okay, so that being said, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put this to the side here, and I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video so that I can pull out all the oracle cards. It saves on time on the video, okay? So I'm going to do that now, and I'll see y'all in just 1 second. Okay, guys, my goodness. Okay, so not only did I have a horrible time trying to shuffle the Light Seers Tarot, mini tarot here, which we're going to pull first to see what we have. But also I want to say I'm sorry about my little cover up here. I have a cut from cutting a roast last night, and it slipped away from me, and I accidentally cut my thumb. Which I've been doing a lot of different things lately with my hands apparently, and hurting myself with my hands. So anyways, I thought it was fine. I started shuffling. It is not fine. It started bleeding again, so I had to put a Band-Aid on. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. We have the Devil in reverse, and we have the World. Wow. I mean, yeah, you asked for 2 tarot cards, and that's what you get. The World here is showing me there's some kind of completion. I think that you are leaving or detoxing yourself here from something, or this is the hard truth. This is what you need to know, is that the Devil energy here, Devil can be very obsessive, and I think that's part of this. I think there's something here that you could be obsessing about, or perhaps have some kind of obsession with for some of you, or you just have something that you know is not good for you or toxic. This could have to do with time, what you're spending your time on. But this is like you releasing it. This could even be other things around you that could be affecting your time. But it's like you're wasting your time here. The World is like, this needs to end. This chapter is over. This really needs to come to a close here. With the Devil being in reverse, it's like releasing yourself from that toxicity, and give yourself this closure that you need. Give yourself this so you can have more time here on what is important. And that's something this card talked about as well. Okay, so the Hard Truth Oracle, the Revealing the Truth Oracle is sorry. I'm sorry, the unspoken apology, eternal regret. So for some of you, you may actually be, this is a grave that's here, a headstone. So this can be like needing to, you know, maybe you've been waiting for an apology. You've been waiting for someone to send you that sorry here. This could be you that's needing to do this, but I feel more this is you letting go And the unspoken apology is like you haven't received what you've been waiting for or what you've really wanted. And I think this is what Spirit's telling you, is that you need to just let that go. You need to just, you don't need to be just sitting around waiting for someone to apologize here. You have the devil. So you may have been dealing with someone, or whatever this is, obviously is not good for you here with the devil. Capricorn energy's there. And you know it. I'm not telling you anything you don't know here. Whatever this is, if it's coming out as the devil, you've already identified it as something toxic, and knowing that it needs to come to an end here. The love oracle, you have text message here, communication, news, phone call, direct message. Some of y'all, you've either been waiting for something, a message or something like that here from somebody, and this has been kind of an obsession, or for some of y'all, this is about thinking about that, and that could have to do with closure. I'm getting two sides to this. So we'll see how it goes. What is my gift to the world? And y'all have the world. That's pretty cool. What is my gift to the world? I think there's something else that you're needing to really focus on here. I think that there is, this looks like a door here to me. And this frame is like something that requires your focus here, is perhaps maybe this door that you're needing to open and go through, this opportunity, this new opportunity. Spirit may have sent you so many different signs and synchronicities or knowledge, or uncovered truths to show you that there's something here you're needing to fully let go of and release. And I think for some of y'all, honestly, I feel like you may have been waiting for this sorry. You may have been waiting for this message. You may have been waiting for some kind of communication. For some of you, this might have to do with maybe not a person. It could have to do with anything, any other area in your life. This could be family, and this is like knowing that you need to finally just close that chapter, and waiting is just as not as good for you as being in that situation was. So, okay. What is my gift to the world? What are you wasting your time on here? What's taking away from you? Okay. So we are going to use the owl oracles, which I'm excited. Because I obviously love owls. If you haven't seen my intro or my owl. Yeah, look at that. 9 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Hard Truth. The Fool. I think this gift here, for some of you may have been waiting for like this gift of maybe this closure. And I think this is kind of your hard truth here, that I don't think that that's something that you're going to perhaps receive. That's something that you just need to kind of settle with that truth. That's a hard truth. You may not get this ever from someone. You may not get this gift here, It's really important how whatever that is affecting you. Okay, interesting. Against the clock. Tell me about this. Tell me what this pile 1 needs to know, this hard truth that they need to know. You have the 7 of Pentacles. Oddly enough, that represents kind of time being spent, what you're investing into, the time that you have. Waiting patiently. You have the Star. That's about healing. Aquarius energy, death in reverse. There's 2 owls that are unalive here, and then there's one that is, and getting ready to fly away. For some of y'all, I don't know how many times maybe you've went through this, where there's a call here to be resilient. He doesn't want to leave his friends there. Do you see? He doesn't want to leave his friends there, but they're unalive, and he's needing to save himself and fly away. but he's looking at them, and even though he has his wings out. Like here in the star, this is about healing. Let's keep going. Death is Scorpio and Aquarius energies there. The Hanged Man. That's Pisces. And there's that Nine of Swords again. I can understand the significance here about wasting your time kind of waiting on what, and like there's this repetitiveness that's here. Death is like when the flies come and start to multiply, and it's like, I think it's time that we need to put that out. We're starting to get a lot of flies here, it's time for this to be taken out. So it's like it's like something that doesn't serve you anymore. It's not serving you anymore. And it's an energy that you're needing to do something with, because it's taking up the energy that you could be spending on other things. What is my gift to the world? I also feel like if this is the other way around, this is an energy here of against the clock, and this repetitive cycle that someone is like stuck in. This is being stuck in a cycle here. I mean, you see the Death in reverse. You see the Hanged Man energy, which is, I feel like someone may be stuck in their own perspective of their own mindset. There may be someone here that has a hard time facing a fear, or facing, like they have a lot of anxiety here around whatever mindset they're stuck in. And I don't feel like that's going to change anytime soon. I feel like this is insinuating that you're needing to go. You're needing to continue. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? The Page of Cups in the reverse. Remember that this doesn't have to be a person. Please keep in mind that this could also be a thing. Okay. That Page of Cups in reverse is waiting on a message that never happens, being patient. Someone being patiently waiting. That Page of Cups could be this apology here. Okay, Ten of Swords just came out in reverse. This is about healing, recovering and ending, recovering from an ending, needing to heal, needing to recover. This is it, guys. This is it right here. This is about you needing to let go of something. Some of y'all, I don't know what this is, a person, place, or thing, right? But something that's really, like there's 10 swords in his back here. So there's something you're needing to finally recover. You need to recover from this. And in order for you to fully recover, it has to do with completely releasing and letting go of something. And I think it has to do with this idea of this hope. The Star is a great card. It talks about hope and having faith and dreams and your desires and all those things. But I think what really needs to end here is this, and I hate saying this, it sounds awful, but it's like having this hopeful feeling of something that is only taking away from you. I think that y'all are holding out here for something to work out, someone to speak up, something to, like, you can take on something when you can't really, something maybe like a habit or something toxic, it's got to change. But I think for a lot of you, this has to do with some sort of painful ending that you're needing to release here. You're needing to fully heal from. And in order to do that, you have to stop waiting for this. Death in reverse. So Tower, that's awakening. This is a realization here about this repetitiveness. Waiting on he could sit there and wait for his friends to be resurrected, but they're not going to. It's not going to happen here with this Tower. It's like this is a wake-up call, needing to wake up. Like nothing's going to change until you change. You have to change your mindset here. The Hanged Man and the Lovers in reverse. Gemini energy. You have Scorpio there with the Tower. This is being stuck. I feel like for some of y'all, this has to do with the choice that was made in a relationship, or the choices that were made. This could be like a relationship that you saw as your person or your divine counterpart, or it's just everything that you thought it was may not be what it is at all. With that Hanged Man energy, this has to do with you changing your perspective about a relationship. In reverse, with the Devil being here too, which I can't believe we haven't seen yet out with this tarot, but there's a big fear in letting this go. There's a big fear of facing the reality or the truth of this situation, of who this person is, if this is someone, of what this is, of putting this into a one-line sentence of this is the truth and the truth is this. I feel like is very scary to you guys. I feel like it brings up a lot of fears and anxieties, and it could have to do more with you falling for something, or feeling like there's something here that you didn't see before that you should have, or how someone is or could actually be. Like seeing someone in this, or it could be anything, and you want to see that person the way that the light side of that person, but the truth is they may have a very darker side that has actually ended up hurting you, maybe even multiple times, and keep repeating that same cycle. This is something that you need to fly away from. Like it's not going to change. What is this? Okay, the World is here in the reverse. The Ace of Swords in the reverse. This is the cycle here. You have the Five of Wands in the reverse and Strength in reverse. This is what I just got done explaining, actually. Strength, you have that Leo energy. And in the World is actually fixed energy. You know, it's the fixed signs, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius energy. And it's like you're needing to look at the truth. The truth is here. The Ace of Swords is here. This is the truth that you're not looking at. And I think it's because facing that truth or that reality is just so hard. It's so hard to face that. And I also feel like it's also hard to walk away from that being what it is, that's the truth and that's what the truth is, and you have to just walk away from it. I think that's something that's really difficult. Why is that Nine of Swords here? There's a lot of fear here around this. The Eight of Cups, walking away. That's it. There is a lot of fear that you have in walking away. For some of you, if this is someone else that's here, I feel like this is someone that's stuck on a particular mindset when it comes to the Lovers. It's like not feeling like you align with someone else, right? They're stuck in that place. You can't change that. This is this person's perception. You know, this is where they're stuck at, is not being in alignment here. And I feel like for some of you, even maybe this person has this fear of perhaps you detaching here from them, but I don't think that I don't feel like this person's going to make any kind of move here. I think they even may have an inner knowing that they're not meant for you, not right for you. I think they're going through, I feel like this person may be kind of just going through their own fears and insecurities. I think they may be having some kind of wake-up call even. If you are, I almost guarantee you this person is, if this is what your reading's about. Tower with Death is very profound in the tarot. This is like having that complete wake-up call that you just keep doing the same, repeating the same cycle over and over. Okay. So this is the hard truth that you may be overlooking. We're going to see how you can best face this truth and grow from it. I'm actually going to take this away, but I want to see something before I do that. Actually, let's see what this Page of Cups in reverse can give me anything about this energy, this Page of Cups in reverse. Judgment, Scorpio energy. Judgment is, I don't feel like I feel like if there's someone else here or whatever this is, there's this like need to, there's a need with the Page of Cups in reverse. It's like not feeling like you're capable emotionally of taking something on sometimes. And I feel like this is something that this person may have made a judgment call about, like they're not ready or they're not able to take on something emotionally, or with you even. They may feel like they don't want to. Give me some more advice about that. What is that about? Yeah, the Fool. Honestly, feel like that this is someone that would want a new beginning, but I also feel like that they've kind of made a judgment call to themselves that this would be taking a risk. I mean, the Fool is a risk. It's Aries energy. And I don't think this is hard to say, but this person, I feel like, actually has this inner knowing that if they took a risk here on this, that they would have to change. They would have to step up. They would have to evolve. They would have to, especially emotionally here, this is someone that would have to be vulnerable. They would have to reach out. They would have to be in a vulnerable state. And I feel like that I don't think that they are at a place to where they feel like they are ready for that, or they're able, or they can, or they just don't want to. And I think that this is the hard truth that you need to hear. You know, we listen to readings all the time that talk about how someone else feels about us and everything else. And we can listen to them, and maybe they do feel those ways. But at the end of the day, it's you and your life and your journey. And what this is saying here is, if you continue to wait, on someone that's not ready, or if you continue to wait on someone that's not even, they don't want to change, they don't want to have this type of relationship, at the end of it, you have to say, okay, well, if they don't want to, or if they're not in this, or if they're whatever else, you have to be able to move on. You have to be able to keep going for yourself. And you have the ability to do that. This is like Spirit saying, listen, you have all the tools. You've read the book inside out. You've learned everything. You've repeated cycles even. It's time. You're ready to release this. Okay. It's funny in these readings because I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. You know this. You just don't want to let go. There is such a fear here. You know what you're afraid of? Now I'm going to get emotional. This is going to make me cry. I know this feeling. It really sucks. I think you're just afraid that what the truth is actually the truth. And I think that if you walk away from this, that you are finally putting the nail in the coffin. Like you're finally putting that seal on that actually being what it was. And that is so hard to accept emotionally, that's actually what it was. That's how someone was. That's how someone is. It's hard to accept here for you. I think that's what's so difficult. That's what brings on this here. The Nine of Swords is when you know what kind of you need to do and you have a lot of fear or anxiety around actually doing it with this Eight of Cups. Eights are numbers of action, taking action. Whew. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Ace of Swords again in the reverse at the bottom. The Chariot and Judgment. The Chariot is Cancer energy. You have Judgment there, Scorpio energy. The Chariot is about needing to take control and have faith that you're headed in the right direction, or you're doing what's for your highest good, and do it. And do it. Because of that. Because you know you're doing what's best, what's for your highest good. Okay. How can Pile 1 best face the truth and grow from this? How can Pile 1 best face the truth here and grow from this? You have the Hierophant in reverse and the Queen of Swords. This is a hard lesson here. You have heard it. You have learned a very difficult lesson, but there's a need to believe that this has been for your highest good in order to be able to process it and move forward. The Queen of Swords is all about logic. She's about reason and balance and fairness. You're needing to embody this energy so that you can fully come to grips with what you really believe about the situation and make that a final belief and close that chapter out. You know, even if that's not saying it is this or it isn't, it's just saying, but it is what it is. You know, you are in the present moment here, and it is what it is, and you are who you are, and you need to be who you are, you know, and you can't do that stuck in this space or your time going elsewhere, right? That Hierophant's Taurus energy. How can they grow from this? There it is again. Nine of Swords. The Seven of Wands in the reverse. The Queen of Cups. You're still fighting for your emotions here. You're still fighting for your emotions. This is what you're going through right now. I think this is why this lesson, I think, you know, you may even be kind of somewhat of you upset of why did I have to go through this? Why did I have to experience this? Why? And even maybe being upset with yourself is something that has kept you stuck. But you're trying to protect your emotions here. And I feel like the thing is with this Nine of Swords, if you face that truth and that reality and you quit fighting this emotionally and just accept what you feel emotionally here so that you can step into logic. Not to fight your emotions, but to let your guard down and just feel them. Like just, yeah, this sucks. You know, this is a sucky situation. You know, I spent a lot of time or energy or effort or love on this situation, and something that deeply meant something to you or, you know, you contributed to for a long time. And yeah, it sucks. You know, this is about feeling those emotions and allowing yourself to feel those emotions. But also, when it comes to facing that truth, seeing the truth for what it is, and then letting those emotions come in and let your guard down here. Also, stop fighting. Stop fighting this. The heart wants to protect itself here. You don't want to have to feel, you know, we don't want to have to feel like someone's intentions are off or bad, or you know, someone does something awful to us and not wanting, you know, can't understand why that is. The heart doesn't want to have to feel all those things. Okay, let's keep going. Why is the Cancer energy there with Queen of Cups in reverse? Why is the Hierophant here in reverse? You have the Nine of Wands. That's the difficulty that's on the table. Something being incredibly difficult. Facing that lesson, like I talked about. Why does it have to be so hard? This is the wounded warrior that's here. Queen of Swords. The Justice. You know, I say this in my readings all the time. I think some don't quite understand it. But when you know, okay? And I feel like you know here, because it's telling me that the Queen of Swords and Justice, both Libra energy. You know what's fair. And if you continue to keep yourself stuck in a position that you already have deemed as being toxic or not right or not good for you, you know that you are putting yourself in an unjustice, unright place, unfair place. You have power here in taking yourself out of this, your energy out of this, and putting yourself in a place that is fair, that is right, that is just. You can give yourself your own justice by walking away, by detaching. It doesn't have to, just you don't have to let it sit here and just hurt, waiting. Surely this isn't how it's going to be. Surely this isn't how it's going to end. Surely this isn't really who they are. It's whatever you're telling yourself. It's what you're needing to release. Why is that Nine of Swords here? The Three of Swords. This is what you're afraid of. You're afraid of this. You're afraid of this pain. It's just this releasing and accepting something for what it is brings up a lot of emotions. Because it's a release. It's letting go. And your heart is here in that tree. The trees represent long-term investments. So this is also, showing how difficult this is and why. You may have had some sleepless nights here, or you may feel a lot of the hurt and pain here at night. Because that's when our thoughts start to take a toll on us, when it's quiet. Also, the moon brings out things that are unseen and illusions. And it's like laying in bed at night trying to figure things out and trying to put pieces together just for it to make sense. Look at that. Looky there, guys. You have an Ace of Pentacles. There's that door here. What is my gift to the world? The Seven of Wands in reverse, letting your guard down. This is about moving on. No longer keeping yourself in this fight or flight mode here, this fight. An opportunity, giving yourself that opportunity to get out of it. Giving yourself the best chance that you can give yourself to get out of this. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Taurus for me. She's so close to the Empress, right? She's abundant. She has everything that she needs. To me, this is insinuating holding back. You have an opportunity here to let this go and not let this hold you back. Queen of Pentacles in reverse is, I feel like you're not giving yourself, I feel like emotionally you're a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for. And I think that this situation really did test that. How do they grow from this? There's that Ace of Swords in reverse again. How do they grow from this? I'm sorry if there's a glare on here, guys. Three of Wands. Growth and expansion. Number 30. Facing this truth and grow from it. And this is about moving forward. Turning your back on a situation. Ace of Cups. So that you can open yourself up to something new. Because you deserve it. But if you stay in a place to where you are telling yourself, like you're afraid to open up, you're afraid to to let this go, you're afraid to move in any kind of direction because of what you've experienced, then you're not giving yourself credit for what you're worth. It's like you deserve love. You deserve an opportunity. You deserve a chance. But it's up to you whether you allow yourself that or not. It is, why is that Ace of Swords here in reverse? I'm trying to find a better way to explain this right here because, yeah, it's your choice. This is your decision of whatever you want it to be. Guess what? If you don't know what happened in this situation, or you don't know what this person's thinking or feeling, or if this is someone, if you don't know why something happened in the way that it did, you have to tell yourself, you're the one telling yourself the story. If you don't have if you only have so many facts, so much proof, whatever it is, you're the one that's telling yourself the story. So tell yourself the story that fits best with what you need to hear in order to get you to move on. Tell yourself the story. And then repeat that over and over and over with an ending. Write it down. Write a book about it. Give it an ending. Give yourself an ending of what you feel like is right in this situation that will help you to close the chapter, to close the book, and to move on so you can open yourself up to something new in the future when you're ready, because you deserve it. Only you can give you that. Nobody else can give you that. You have the Hermit here in reverse. Stepping outside of your comfort zone, coming out of this introspection. You've been here for too long. You don't need to be here anymore. This is that Virgo energy. We're seeing a lot of that because the eclipse season. It's Virgo season right now. Fixing to be out of it, though, actually, as I'm filming this. But anyway, you're the only one that can get yourself out of this hermit mode. You don't need to. When Hermit's in reverse, it's like you've been in this long enough. You've analyzed it. You've looked at it. You know exactly what you need to do. Just do it. Now you have to do the action. Believe it. Action. Believe it. Action. Okay? I also feel like there's something here new for you in the future once you distance yourself from this. And you start prioritizing this belief, like I said, of what happened here. You do turn your back here on this. And I feel like some time goes by, growth here is a part of that. Because this Ace of Cups is here. So there's some kind of a new energy that's here on the table that may come in the future. And it's like Spirit's bringing you this message to kind of, just to get you to be prepared or ready for it. Let's get some advice. I'm going to pull some of my favorites. Actually, I'm feeling a postcard from Spirit from you guys. And it's been a while, actually, since I've read one of those. But so I guess we'll do these. Let's do these two. This is the Affirmators. We'll do one of these and then we'll get a postcard from Spirit. What do you have here for Paul 1? What message do you want to leave them with? Okay, that came out really weird. See you later, alligator. I was just started in my head. Friendliness, okay? Whenever I smile, I make someone's day better. What a cool way to buy happiness for free. Today, I will remember what an awesome power I hold, and I'll take joy in improving lives simply by giving away grins like crazy. Note, in a pinch, money will also work. Okay. Yeah, it's funny when you smile, when you give compliments, when you show love to others. It's what you get in return is the smile back, hopefully. That's not always the case, I guess, but you get a compliment back, you get a smile back, and it's maybe not, you don't get a compliment back, you should see them smile for what you've brightened someone's day. It's just that in exchange of positive love, we definitely don't have enough of. There's so much power in that, though. It not only makes their day better, it makes your day better, you know? Divine timing. That's awesome because y'all have the time. Everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing, and it can take a long time to reach divine mental management. So for some of y'all, you've been waiting for this Ace of Cups, but I don't think that you've been ready for it because you've still been releasing something else. There's something here, you know, could you imagine someone giving you something when you were in a bad, like you weren't ready for it, or you, like, it's like getting the car. Let's just say this. It's the best way to put it. Just got my son a car, so this is what we're talking about. It's like me giving him a car, but he's only, like, what if he was only 15? Like, okay, great. I get to sit looking at a car in a driveway for the next year. I appreciate that, Mom. You know, this is like Spirit doesn't want to bring in this offer to you, knowing that you still need some time and you're not quite there yet, but you're getting there. If you listen to me in this reading, you will be. Because you deserve this. Listen, there are 3 queens sitting on my table. The only one you don't see is the Queen of Wands, and it's because she believes in herself. She knows her worth and value. She knows what she wants. And I think that you've been in kind of this clouded space with that. And it doesn't matter if you're male or female either. The queens are the nurturers of the zodiac. Of the tarot. Yeah. What message do you have for pile 1 here? That fell right on out of there. It's a hummingbird, which I love. With love, it says. Okay, here we go. Dearest you, we bet you must be so exhausted some days, giving as much as you do, sharing your energy so beautifully in service. Ugh. This card's going to be hard for me to read. I feel like this is what you're struggling with. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This reading hits so close to home for me too. It's really bringing up those emotions. But this is what you're struggling with here, is giving, like we talked about. Giving and trying to share and feeling like you don't get the same amount of that in return from maybe the people that matter to you most. I think that's something that maybe you've been struggling with. So let's read this again, okay? Dearest you, we bet you must be so exhausted some days, giving as much as you do, sharing your energy so beautifully in service to the highest good, can leave you feeling depleted, like an empty well. If it feels as if there's no more water for you, the good news is that we have a plan. Divine timing is the schedule makers are here, right? Today, go take a relaxing bath, book a massage. How weird, I just actually booked a massage. So, read a novel, buy yourself flowers, or plant some in your garden. Make time for self-care, not more work on yourself. By tending to yourself now, you are reminded to do so more often. And be sure to use the word that might have caused you anxiety in the past, but it's essential for your well-being now. No. Say it with us. No, thank you. No, I can't. You do not have to explain. Just say no, gently but firmly, and then go for a soak. Life will wait for you to bring yourself back to center, replenished and ready for more adventure. We love you so very much. Oh, these readings, guys. I am so over this eclipse season. So over this eclipse season. This year, to be honest with you, I'm glad it seems like it went fast. I had a rough year. This was a rough year. Rough year for me. This was the year of the snake. I'm sure a lot of people had a rough year this year. Shedding the skin, you know, it's painful. Okay. THC, UTHC, something that's here in the bowl. There's 2 T's actually. Okay. So we have THC, T and U. Okay. Cut is there. Imagine that. Needing to cut something out. Not to be a smart aleck or nothing, but hard truth could be here too. You can. I'm coming up with these off the top of my head, but okay. This says, just let me adore you. How about you adore yourself and go do something for yourself? I lost my mind. And then you have, guess what? This always represents for me getting a treat. It's like an Ace of Pentacles too. So you may get some sort of offer, some gift, some kind of treat coming in here for you. Know that if that happens, it's like if you've been asking for it, definitely a message here from Spirit to, understanding what it is that you deserve and allowing yourself to actually have that by, we tell ourselves all day what we deserve, but then we go for things that we don't. It's crazy. I lost my mind, Okay, so thanks so much, guys, for being here. I definitely hope that this helps. I just saw 444 on the timer. 4 is a number of stability, security, home. It's Cancer energy. It's about I feel. So 444 is also a number of protection. So maybe Spirit has actually been, protecting you here, and it didn't work out because it was divine protection. So I'm going to leave you here. So thanks so much, guys, for being here. I appreciate y'all and definitely hope this helps. Good luck, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, Pile 2. So if you chose a homebody, number 32, hold this up so y'all can see. This is going to be your reading. Okay. So, homebody. Now we're going to read from the book. I want to light some of this real quick. This is actually lavender. Maybe you're needing to relax. With this being lavender here, maybe you're just needing to take a break and relax. Homebody in reverse, maybe you've done too much of that. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So number 32 could be relevant. That's actually 5. 5 is a number of change. So a hard truth here. What do you need to know? Y'all be prepared, and please go back and listen to the intro if you haven't. There's some really important messages there about this type of reading, and more often than not, I actually get comments where I'm like, you should have listened to the intro. I explained all that in the intro. So it is important. I recommend it. Sometimes these can be kind of triggering. So, okay. Number 32, homebody in reverse. It says, now don't get us wrong. There's nothing like home, but there is a big wide world out there. New faces to see, new delights that you have yet to try. Shed your homebody today. Go on an adventure and make some new memories. Remember, you might leave home, but home is where the heart is. This is on page number 75. That's important. Okay, so hard truth here. Homebody. Needing to get out of the house. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull all the oracles I'm going to use. I'm going to speed the video up as I do that, so I'll see y'all in just 1 second. Okay, pile 2. Sorry about the camera shake there. I got a little excited when I went to push the button back. We're going to use the Trick or Treat Tarot deck for y'all, which I'm really excited to use this. I don't know why. I guess because we're getting so close to Halloween. I use this all the time, but for some reason right now I'm just like super pumped to use that. Okay, so let's start here with the Revealing the Truth oracles. So y'all have madness, unspeakable, ancient, and chaos. That's interesting. With these octopus, what do you call those? Arms? I'm just going to call them arms. There's a sense of attachment that's here. You see how small he is compared to how big that is? So there's something here to have to do, like, it's really hard to maybe detach yourself with this homebody here. Maybe hard to detach yourself from your comfort zone. Okay, so we also have music. Sorry guys, I had a message I had to take, so I had to pause for just a quick second. So we have music here: musician, snake charmer, harmony, and melodic. So chaos, something that is some kind of a, this to me would be stepping outside of your comfort zone with him, you know, playing music here. Getting outside of your comfort zone is something that's really big here for me. Hard truth here is, see, even here, he's got like cement blocks. I think it's soundproof. But anyways, over here next to him, it's like this confinement, right? This is like where your happy place is to me. Okay, let's keep going. We'll pull this all together. Okay, so we have two different oracles from the Light Seers Tarot. Look at that, 8 of Cups. That's that detachment. Needing to let go of something you don't want to let go of. Needing to detach from something. Needing to step outside of your comfort zone. And the Hanged Man in reverse, Pisces energy. This could have to do with also like something to do with your talents here with this music, needing to step outside of your comfort zone in order to, you know, get somewhere else here when it comes to your music. This is a stuck energy here, this Hanged Man. It's being stuck in one particular way of doing things and having a hard time coming out of that with that 8 of Cups that's there. Okay, so y'all actually got 2 of these. This is the Empowering Question cards. So the first one is, what does love mean to me? So like when you're telling yourself you're going to show yourself some love, what does that really look like? And are those all things that are in your comfort zone here? Okay, anyway, I don't know why I wanted to say that. What is it that fascinates me so much that the thought or feeling of it won't leave me alone? How do I put this feeling into action right now? For some of you, this really feels like something that you may really love or something that's really important to you, that is some kind of a talent or something like that. Needing to be more comfortable with yourself is also something that's here with this homebody energy. Stepping outside of your comfort zone and being more yourself and allowing others to see your authentic self is something that's here as well. Because there's like whatever it is that we find ourselves attracted to, like what it is that we are really drawn to or love, I feel like is where our soul's calling us, because it's where our hidden talents are. It's where what, you know, our purpose in life is, you know. Whatever that is for y'all, it's different for everybody. But us like adapting to those things that we love and being authentic and true to who we are and what we like and what we want, and not trying to kind of fix like everyone else, like fixate on what everyone else likes or does or is or what, you know, but being yourself, being authentic. I think we spend our whole entire lives trying to be authentic, trying to release or let go of all of the disbeliefs that we have in ourselves, all of the wounds that we carry, all of the, you know, things that were kind of indoctrinated into us as of who we are. And I feel like we spend all of our lives trying to shed that. And that's really hard, and I think that this might be something that's really hard for you, but I also feel as if there's some big significance here of growth that's that you're pushing down or that's hidden. It's like you're really needing sunlight and you're afraid to go outside. If you could go outside, then you would just grow and blossom. You need the sun, This yellow energy is really standing out to me. The solar plexus chakra could be important here as well, which, how can I explain that? When your solar plexus is out of balance, you lack confidence. You feel like it has a toll on your self-image. It takes a toll on your confidence and authenticity a lot. And I feel like that's something here that you may need to nurture. You have this bright pink energy here, which is that feminine energy of the mother, the nurturer. So needing to nurture your solar plexus chakra is really important. Maybe with this music here, finding some music that kind of allows you to meditate in that space might be helpful for some of y'all if that's something that you're interested in. If not, leave it for someone else. Some lemon quartz or yellow jasper or citrine, I think. Is that how you say that? Citrine, right? Anyway, all those are stones that if you're into that, if you're into crystals, which I usually don't point that kind of stuff out, so maybe I'm talking to somebody that is. But those are pretty significant. You can carry those in your pocket or meditate with them would be really helpful. But focusing on being more authentic, I think with this madhouse, you're afraid of what it is that you would happen if you were true to what it is that you really want. This could even be having some sort of a platform or maybe your business and you're wanting to venture off and do something different, something that you really like, something that you really love. And this is insinuating for you to go for it. I mean, this is saying, yes, do it. Step outside of your comfort zone. The sun is there waiting for you. It's ready to help you grow. But you have to take the action with that 8 of Cups. Okay. Interesting reading. Ilm could be relevant here because of madness in music and the Hanged Man. Okay. So the hard truth. So what we first ask with the tarot is basically, what is that truth? What truth could you be overlooking that you need to hear? Okay. So what truth for pile 2 do they need to hear? Okay, that came out weird. It's the King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm laughing because look at him. He's just so happy being at home. Has everything he needs there in his recliner. But being in reverse is definitely saying to step outside of your comfort zone here. Let's keep going. That's some Capricorn energy. You have the 8 of Swords. It's feeling stuck. You have Judgment Day is here, guys. And you have the Hierophant with the Knight of Cups. Okay, for some of you, this might have to do with love, needing to step outside of your comfort zone here when it comes to love and be more, open to something like that, if that's something that you want or you're interested in, or you feel like you're ready for, if you're not there yet. But for others of you, this ties into this love that's here. What does love mean to me? And having to do with yourself and what you feel like is something that, the way you want to do things, doing things the way you want to do things is so important here. I just feel like it's going to bring in so much abundance for you. If you could only see it, it's like saying, if you could only see doing something in your way and how much abundance it would bring, you wouldn't be afraid. You wouldn't be in this mindset here of the 8 of Swords, where you're keeping yourself stuck or trapped in a particular mindset, just saying shoulda, coulda, woulda, Really, it's more in the present tense of if I do this, if I do that, if I don't do this, if I don't do that, should I listen to him? Should I listen to her? Like, what am I doing here? And it's like saying, no, you're not trapped here at all. You just need to listen to yourself is all. That judgment is like having a renewal here. But this is also this idea of your authentic self. Judgment is literally that it's in itself. It's judgment. It's allowing yourself to be judged for your authenticity. And I think that might be something you're afraid of. What if they don't like it? What if they don't like this part of me? What if they don't like the way I dress? What if they don't like the way I do this particular thing, But the thing is that not everybody is going to like or love what it is that you do. You're not doing it for everybody. You're doing it for the other people that are meant to be attracted to you. And you never know when you can do something that someone else didn't ever even think of that they love, or that could even help them or lead them on their own path. So that's something big that's here too. Continue to follow this because the Hierophant is here. The Hierophant is about your belief system, and that Knight of Cups is about, again, what it is that you want, and going towards whatever that is that you want. Despite the chaos and the madness that you are afraid of, that's just a big scary monster. It's not the truth. It's not really what it is. And when we do things that we love, you get into that space and you're like, well, to be honest with you, I don't really care if they like it or not. I love it this way. Or I don't really care if they like the way my pants look or not. I really love these pants. They're, my favorite pants. Who cares? You have to live in this life. And we all know it's hard. Why make it any harder on yourself by trying to go in a direction or do things to try to please everyone else? Okay, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. There may be someone in particular that feels like they have a certain say-so or that you're going up against. This could be a father figure or a husband or a long-term partner. Or it's just like some kind of male energy here that is really critical or analyzes everything that you're doing or what's going on. I don't know. There's not a great energy around this person. The Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they have like, don't listen to who this is. Please, for the love of God. This person has no idea what they're talking about. I'm just going to be straight up here. This guy, well, he's a zombie, first off. He should be unalived, but his eye's not even in the right spot. It's on his hand, and that's what makes me think of that. Like this person right there with that pentacle. I really feel this energy of someone trying to tell you how to do stuff. And the Three of Wands is like saying, in reverse, it's like saying, this person it's like somebody that has crazy expectations, but doesn't even know how to meet those themselves, and they'll tell you to do it. And you're like, that's not even realistic. Like, that's not even possible. And they try to convince you of it, I'm not going to stay on that too long because I feel like y'all just maybe needed to hear that so that y'all could have this clarification of that. But yeah. This could be someone, and this could just be you, with your feeling like maybe you don't have what it takes or what you need, or you're just, you let yourself down sometimes with telling yourself it's not possible or it doesn't look good or you can't do this or whatever. You really get this trapped in your mindset. And if there's someone here that really hurts you, it really doesn't help you at all. You have to figure out a way to block that out, block this person out. If this is someone you have to be around or listen to, you have to, this can actually help you as far as getting your mindset stronger because you're having to deal with something here. So not allowing that to change your mind or affect you in some way is actually strengthening your mindset, which is a good thing. It's just something that's hard to deal with. But don't let whoever that is or that situation or what you're thinking to get in your way, because that's what's happening here. I feel like that's kind of getting in your way. You're worried about this unspeakable chaos that's here, you know, the unknown of what could happen. And your worst case scenario or worst fear is playing out in that Eight of Swords, right? Yeah, the Fool in reverse. Looking like a fool. Looking like a fool. That is what you're afraid of. That's Aries energy, Aquarius there in reverse. Judgment. Seven of Swords in reverse. This is being authentic. This is Judgment here. This is being authentic. This is doing what you feel like is good for you, is right for you, is right for the situation. Letting yourself be yourself. At least when you do that and you look back, you say, you know what? This is what I wanted. This is what I envisioned. This is how I wanted to feel. This is what I love. And nobody can take that away from you. But in this reading, guys, you know, we do things all the time that we don't get a lot of reward from in life. But in this reading, I feel like whatever this is for y'all is rewarding. It will be rewarding. I think that's why this message is coming through, is because if this isn't rewarding just to you yourself and making you feel better about just being able to be authentic to who you are, then this is something that may bring in a lot of reward, or you will see the abundance in some way from this. But you have to be true to that skill, that talent, that design, you know, that who you are. You know, you have to be true to that and be yourself. This is Aries energy here with the Fool, which is about self. Your own ideas, you know, being bold and being confident. Because if you can do that, everything is because of, like, the way that you wanted it is because of you. Judgment is Scorpio energy. The Hierophant is Taurus here. The Temperance. Temperance, lately, you know, the cards come to me in different ways at different periods of time, but for whatever reason, Sagittarius is Temperance here. And Temperance is, that's just had a funny thought that came in the way of that. Temperance is about metamorphosis as well, like turning something into something else, turning something into something great, taking something and balancing it out, bringing balance to your life or to the situation by listening and believing in yourself here with that Hierophant, doing what you feel like is best or right for you, you creating something that is long-lasting. Now, what I was going to say is, and it's funny in this card, it says readings down here, and she's making herself some kind of martini there. And I was thinking, yeah, you definitely don't want to get a reading from someone that's drinking, because their mindset is not in the right place. You know, it brings me back to that King of Pentacles again. I don't know if that means something to y'all, but this is like something being distorted, you know, what you're telling yourself or what someone's saying in some way or another is either a projection or it's just distorted in some way. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. You have a Ten of Wands here. Okay, the Ten of Wands is representing a weight. It's representing a burden. If, just to look into the future, okay? If, let's just say you don't do it your way. You don't go the direction of what you love, what you feel like is right for you, and listen to yourself here. This is about creating your own story, your own music, your own melody. What if you didn't do that, right? I feel like this would create a somewhat of a heavy weight on you if you were to do it someone else's way, listen to something else, or not do it altogether, not do what you love, not go in that direction. What if you didn't take that chance? What if you didn't take the chance? What if you didn't listen to yourself? There's going to be a moment, I feel like, if you follow through with this, that in the future you look back and you say, what if I would have listened to them? What if I wouldn't have done this? Look at what I would have missed out on. I'm so glad I listened to myself. That's like the best feeling ever, isn't it? When you look back and you're like, man, I'm so glad I listened to myself. I'm so glad I listened to my intuition. You're needing to do that here. You're needing to follow this. Take responsibility for what it is that you really want. This is, whatever this is that I'm talking about to you guys, this is something that you're putting love into. It's a part of you. And I think that might be why it's also so scary for you. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to stop there. We're going to go into this next portion, which is the question. There's the Knight of Pentacles in reverse that's there. Yeah, needing to do this for yourself is something that's here. Also, not doing it to prove anybody wrong, not doing it for anyone else. Just doing it for yourself, the way that you feel like you need to. Okay. Just saw the Eight of Cups, which you have here, remember, in reverse. Walk away, detach. Detach from all of that emotional nonsense that tells you that you're not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not going to be right. Everybody else's opinion. Okay. So how can Pile 2 best face this truth and grow from this? There's your Judgment here again, Scorpio energy. You also have the Chariot here in the reverse, Cancer, and the King of Wands in the reverse as well. I don't know who this more masculine energies in your reading is. For some of you, this just represents you. But whoever it is, they have a very... How do I want to say that? It's like a very obscured mindset. Like their direction was right focused on what in their direction. They don't give advice off of any other, like they're not taking, like if this is somebody giving you advice, they're not looking at it through the lens of your eyes. They're looking at it through the lens of their eyes. And that way it's just very like, it's only going to work my way or no way. I don't know, I don't like it. Anyway, you have Judgment here, you have the Chariot, and you have the King of Wands. So you have some Scorpio, some Cancer, and some Leo here. So, this is funny. So you see how these two right here, the twins, what do you call them in there? Is it the its or the, what is it? Oh, anyway, C and J could be relevant here for somebody too. But you see how they have him by the Dr. Seuss, the cat here. They have him by the arm, and it's almost like one direction or the other. Like they're pulling him, not him telling which direction they need to go. And that's what this is. Like, this is what it's saying here. How do you grow from this? Don't let anything or anyone else pull you in a direction that they feel like is right for you, because then you may become kind of codependent on that person's ideas. Or if it's not a particular person, it could be whatever everyone else thinks or feels. And that's definitely not what you want. So here's the thing, and how do you grow from this? Don't let anyone else dictate your new beginning or this new opportunity that you have, or you being authentic to yourself, to who you are. Have confidence in yourself here. Look at that. 5 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Wands. This needs to change. This is what needs to change here. This lack feeling. The 8 of Wands is a shift. A very quick, significant shift. How do you grow from this? If this is someone, this is something you need to turn away from now. Because I feel like this is an energy here that's blocking you from this. So here's what I'm saying here. Here you have Judgment. That's an opportunity. That's a fresh new opportunity. In Judgment, it's like a baptism. You're starting in a open space, a brand new energy. And then here you have this 8 of Wands, which is the shift, which is the change in the wind, something advancing or happening very quickly, right? In the middle, this is basically telling me that if you can't get the reins of this and not let the chariot drag you around, but take control of your chariot and have faith here in yourself over fear and steer yourself in the right direction, because you know it's for your highest good, because your intuition is telling you, listening to your gut here, that there's either someone or others here in your energy that could keep you stuck in this place to where you feel left out in the cold. You feel lack. You feel abandoned. Just like this home energy here. Needing to step outside of your comfort zone. Because if you stay in this place here, or there's someone else that's here, you're going to continue to feel like you don't have what it takes. And this energy is what's going to be the shift. So if you can change this, you can change the shift. It's about your mindset. This is about your mindset here. This is the truth. We create our worlds through our mind. Yes, there are things that happen to us in our lives that we have no control in, but for the most part, we are in control of our day-to-day in our minds and what we decide on and which directions. We get opportunities to take directions all the time. And this is kind of like a warning. Look at that. Do y'all see that? Can y'all see it? It's cool. It's almost right there where the horn is. Yeah, this is like they're airing the horn here. Take this as this kind of warning here that whatever energy you're going to be stepping into is going to be the shift that takes place. And they're wanting you to recognize these blockages so you can get out of this energy and shift into what's meant for you. So how do you do that? How do you do that? Chariot in reverse. That's the sun, by the way, coming through the glass of that rose vase. The 7 of Wands. Whack a mummy. No kidding. So the 8 of Cups, or 8 of Swords, I hope it comes out again, but I don't know why it would. But the 8 of Swords that we saw earlier is you being stuck in that mindset. It was a mummy. Remember? It was a mummy that was stuck with the swords around it. And this says whack a mummy on it. I know that's a mummy there too, but I'm just kind of, I'm just saying that you will have people that are loyal to you and around you that are important, by the way. You may also have some kind of a spotlight on you as well. And you need to be able to have courage in yourself despite whatever's thrown at you here. This is really important. This is how you're going to get through this. This is how you're going to grow from this. The 7 of Wands is like, I'm ready. Bring it. I'm ready for this. It doesn't matter what you throw at me. I still feel loyal to myself and the situation, and I'm committed to this, and I'm following through with this. And yeah, I'm ready to defend myself. And the other flip side to this, if there's someone here, this is insinuating here, you shouldn't have to defend having faith in yourself about something. If someone else here doesn't have faith in you, who cares? Really, who cares? They don't have faith in you. That's their problem. That's not a you problem. And they could, most certainly, I feel like, be projecting onto you from their own experience or what they feel like they can do or couldn't do. If you believe in yourself and you can believe it's possible, do it. If you feel like you're made and meant for it, do it. As long as you're not ever hurting anybody else, you're following your true north, you know. There's people and places and things that get in our way of following our true path all the time. Why is the King of Wands in the reverse? The Two of Wands. It's a choice. It's a choice. This is the choice. This is a path. Remember what I told you? Two brains here, right? This right here, this path with this King of Wands in reverse, is what's gonna, this shift is gonna come in. So if you follow or if you listen to whoever this is or other people that are discouraging you in whatever way, then this is how you're gonna feel from this. But if you're in this place to where you have faith and believe in yourself, you're not gonna allow that energy in. It's Temperance in this. Isn't that the same spot it was? I'm pretty sure it is. Sagittarius energy. Just keep making what you're making. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. If you come across an impasse here where you may feel like you don't have exactly what it is that you need, it's almost like that's a test in a way, okay? Let's just say you had someone in your ear and you believed in yourself, you follow through with something, but it doesn't start off the greatest, or initially it's not what you thought it would be, or you don't get where you thought you would get. There may be someone that really plays into that, or others that really play into that. Well, I told you not to do it that way. You should have listened to me, you know, or whatever. They're really going to play into that. That can put you in this place, this Five of Pentacles, and it will make you like metamorphosis. It will make you morph into this lack mentality or lack mindset. Don't let that happen. Sometimes things take time. And I feel like that's really important here, because I feel like immediately after that feeling of and overcoming that feeling and maintaining the sense of balance and belief, that you go into this eight of Wands, which is the shift that takes place. Yeah, the Five of Wands in reverse. This is like no longer feeling the need to fight for something, or no longer feeling the need to defend yourself or wanting to even be in that fight. This is when you release this, that's when things change. When you release this, that outside interference, that's when things really shift. And like I said, I feel like for some of you may get tested right off the bat in that. Because something may not initially take off like maybe you wanted it to or you thought it would, but it will. I feel like once, like, it's a test to see how you'll feel. How will you feel if it doesn't initially, like, let's just say you start a new business and you get into it, and initially off the bat you had a lot of negativity around it, you know, opinions and stuff, and initially off the bat it doesn't do that great, and so others are like, I told you, you know, like I said before, and you're going, oh man, maybe they were right. But what if you didn't say that to yourself and you said, it's okay, I believe that it will get somewhere. Everything kind of, you know, it's okay to start off slow. It's okay for things to take time. It's okay. It's on it. I'm still finding my balance and my rhythm, my melody here too. So I have high hopes for the future. It depends on your mindset, because that shift is going to come. And this is about winning, you know, and proving others wrong. Even though it's not about that, you know, it's about you just being authentic and true to yourself, and that paying off. You have that Four of Pentacles there at the bottom, which is about stepping outside of your comfort zone, but releasing the things that keep you stuck, keep you tied down. You have a Queen of Cups there, Cancer energy, and that Emperor in reverse. I'm telling you, there is a masculine energy around you that you're needing to walk away from, that may be trying to control the situation or what it is you do or what you say or how you are or something. I don't know. Even if it's just stuck in your head. You know, maybe they're not saying anything or doing anything, but it's just in your mind. You're worried about what they will. I don't know. Something that you need to take a look at and move away from that. Release that. Okay. Let's get some advice. I'm going to pull some, I'm going to pull a message from Spirit here, but I'm also going to pull an affirmator. Okay. Sorry about my Band-Aid, guys. I was cutting a roast last night and it got away from me. And yeah, I tried to start the reading without it, but as soon as I started shuffling it, I had to get a Band-Aid on it. So anyway. Okay, so pile 2. Everybody's getting 2 cards. 2 affirmators. Okay. Oh, this is a good one for y'all. It's called Wonder. Wonder. It's a wonderful thing to be in the state of wonder. And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theater. When something delightful happens, I can shout, "Encore!" and be tickled when it happens again. When something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got a ticket to the show. This is the energy you're needing to bring to this situation here. That's funny. Okay, so this one says, don't take it personally. No kidding. If someone starts to speak unkindly to me, I'll remember that I've got something going on that has they have something going on that has nothing to do with me. Like maybe they just pooped their pants, and yes, that's probably it. Yeah, that's that other person that's here. I'm telling you, don't take it personally. And that person, I think, is projecting, or I don't know. They're just giving you some kind of distorted advice, I feel. So just be aware of that. Okay. What advice do you have for pile 2? Y'all have, you are loved. No, you are love. That's what it says. Yeah. What does love mean to me? Well, you are love. So, yeah. What does it mean to you? Okay. Dearest you, even though life seems now to be moving full steam ahead, it's a time to rest. Interesting enough, I actually had with this Madness card. Actually, the first card I saw in this reading when I was shuffling was the card of rest from that deck. Allow ideas to flow through you and take root in your heart before they reach your mind. Honor this this is perfect for you guys. I love it. Honor this process by becoming empty to allow for inspiration and the magic of dreaming. You might feel lazy or unproductive, but we know better. Just as sleep is always a way to recharge before renewal, so are you in the time of dreaming. In this powerful process of co-creation, your soul merges with spirit in a profound way so that you can receive your music directly from source and play your part in the symphony of life. That's so cool. You are being invited to bear witness to the great creation and tune in to what others can't hear. We have so many dreams to share with you in the sacred and the invisible. Don't worry. We will wake you when it's time to return with a new dream. No need to set that alarm clock. Loving you always. That was perfect. So perfect. I love those. Forgot how much I love those cards. Wow, that music thing's just really got me, guys. I almost started crying on that. It's just been kind of emotional in these readings. Okay. So giving yourself the credit you deserve is something that's here. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. It's coming, I promise. Okay. It was just delayed, just like I feel like this is going to be delayed because you're needing to be in the right mindset when this comes. Okay, anyway. Let your dreams be your wings. That talked about dreaming too, your card. We are what we believe we are. Absolutely. It's that mindset. We have H, G, T, D, D. What is it? HGTV? Is that what I'm thinking? Anyway, P, Z, N, and we have an M or a W. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave y'all right here. But thank y'all so much for being here. I definitely hope this helps. Good luck to you guys with this, and I hope to see you soon. Hey, Pile 3. So if y'all chose number 24, Head in the Clouds. So I've never actually seen this card before. Green eyes could be relevant here though, but it also has this little thing down here that says believe, little string. It says believe on it. And all these butterflies, moths and butterflies actually. I think they're mostly moths. Anyway, so moths represent like the shadow side of transforming or transformation, like what you see about yourselves that you didn't see before, where you can change, grow, and evolve from, you know, parts of yourself that you love but are there. And the butterflies are more like that, completely like an evolution, you know, like a whole transformation. So we'll see what the book says about that. But the head in the clouds, it could be that you are, this is like 7 of Cups to me, even though this is the number 6, which is the Lovers. So there may be something to do with fantasizing. Like this could be a hard truth around like maybe a relationship you're fantasizing perhaps, or you just may be emotionally confused here about what it is you want. 2 is choices, 4 is about stability. So, okay, so let's see what this says. It says, head in the clouds. Well, hello up there. How is the view from up there? Are you living in a dreamy, almost obscured day to day? Having dreams is what makes the world go round. But do not get so lost in the dream that you forget your reality. It's easy to get lost in the fantasy of it all. While dreaming is amazing, you must take different avenues to get to them, setting and manifesting your intentions. Perhaps a vision board will help you to get a little bit more grounded to manifest your dreams. As opposite to having your head in the clouds and just waiting for your dreams to manifest without taking any real part in making them come true. So for some of you, this is about taking action towards your dreams and not just like dreaming about what could happen, but actually, you know, putting yourself out there. You have this tiny little bridge that's behind her. So there may be some kind of a bridge that's behind you, like okay, we'll come back to that. I don't want to stay fixated on it for too long. I'll think about that when I'm shuffling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shuffle all the cards out, the oracles I'm going to use before we get the tarot, and I'm going to do that real quick now on speed up the video. So I'll just see y'all in just one second. Okay guys, so we are going to start with the Revealing the Truth oracles. We have guard, protect, escort, and teach. So we also have, so the Ace of Swords is something that's here, and we are talking about hard truths, okay? I forgot to mention this, but if you didn't listen to the intro, please go back and listen to it. Unless you've already heard a reading like this, you know that these can be triggering, so there's some kind of message in there for how to deal with that. If you're interested, or I mean, if you need to know that and you're not used to this type of reading, because these can be triggering. So the love oracle is unfinished business. It's not over, patterns, back and forth, and baggage. Then you also have you have a King of Pentacles here, Capricorn energy, and you also have the Four of Cups. Okay. Your empowering question is, what is the most important thing for me in this moment? Okay. What are we looking at here? Well, I'm going to shuffle as I'm talking, and we're using the Mystical Cats Tarot. Guard, protect, escort, teach. That King of Pentacles is Capricorn energy with that Four of Cups. Can be like complacency. It can be getting bored. It can be being bored where you are. But it can be like where you're kind of stuck. And I feel like with your head in the clouds here, this is about you're stuck on the past. You're not looking in front of you. Because in this card here, the Four of Cups, she's sitting and thinking about the past. This King of Pentacles, perhaps, for some of you. Or this could just represent, this talks about a wish or dream or desire that you have, but not actually doing anything about it. Not actually, living up to that or doing anything to try to get to that point. That King of Pentacles with that Four of Cups is like daydreaming about this energy. This could be someone that you're daydreaming about, or this could be your energy. But this is like someone that is everything that you want, or this is where you feel comfortable and good or stable, But focusing on what you've lost here, or what the past was, that you're not looking at, oh, I need to actually, do something here. Some of you, this has to do with some unfinished business here somewhere and needing to, did you hear that? My watch just went off. But needing to protect or use this as some kind of a teaching moment here in some kind of way. But some of you, this might have to do with actually a pattern that you're creating. This has to do with you dreaming about something. This is about you creating your own pattern and needing to see that it's a pattern and get away from it. You have like a way of dreaming about what it is that you want, but you may also, if it doesn't work out for you, go in the right direction or something like that. Or you're not putting together the plan or following through with the routine or being consistent in some kind of way to allow it to take hold. Some of you, it's because there may be something here that either you're sad something didn't come together or work out in the way that you wanted, or you're just stuck in this like pity kind of energy. Remember, these are hard truths, okay? You have, what is the most important thing for me at this time? We do this to ourselves all the times as humans. We stay in a period to where we want to sulk, where we're dreaming about what's possible, but we're unhappy because we don't have it. But this reading is saying, but you're the one that's sitting in the position to make it happen, not just dreaming about it, but you can actually do it. But you have to think about what's the most important thing to you in the moment. Is it about sitting and thinking, no, I can't believe those didn't work out for me. I can't believe I'm where I'm at. Or is it about you taking action to get yourself out of that position? You're the one here that I feel like is needing to protect yourself. You're the one here that's needing to teach yourself something. And that sword is about action, right? Communication, action with the swords and tarot. Interesting. There's something else here for some of you that may be an add-on to this, or may just be this part of your reading. Pertaining to unfinished business here, maybe with someone. And that being some kind of baggage, or something's going on there emotionally that's not helping with this your other situation or your life situation or a dream that you have, Something emotionally there's going on that's weighing you down in some way. Maybe you feel like you have unfinished business here with someone, and it's a part of what's weighing you down in your life or keeping you in a certain mindset. Let's shuffle these one more time. Not because I feel like they need it, just because I love shuffling this deck. So smooth, I love it. Okay. Mystical Cat Tarot. What does pile 3 need to know? What truth could they be overlooking at this time that can help them? What truth do they need to see? What do they need to know about it? That's the sea cat. That looks like my cat George. Almost just like my cat George. Actually, he's on my bed. I'm looking at him right now, and that looks exactly like him, except George has a little bit of white on the end of his tail. Crazy. That's funny. And so the sea tom is actually the Knight of Cups. So this is the action, and knights are about actions. It's the High Priestess in reverse, Taurus energy. You have a 6 of Cups here. This is that past energy, thinking about the past. Something not working out. Thinking about the past and something not working out. Some of you, this may have to do with love, but, or this is what's having an effect on you, you know. Okay, I gotta move these around. You have the 9 of Wands that just came out in reverse. Okay. This is about giving up. And the Ace of Pentacles, that's a new opportunity. This is like giving up on something because you think it's too difficult before you even give something an opportunity or a try. You already have had a huge imprint on something. This feels, there's 2 scenarios that are going on here, but I feel like it all is in one. I just feel like this is different areas in your life. It's like something that's affecting a certain area, or you allowing it to affect it. There's something here I feel like that you're giving up on before you even give it like an opportunity or a chance. There's a chance here. There's an Ace of Pentacles here. Let's keep going. I want to get some clarifiers because I want to see about what that 6 of Cups actually is. I just tasted something weird. What is it? Well, it's something you're not supposed to eat, I can tell you that, because it was like when I go to open something and you get something, you know, like you try to go open something and you use your teeth, and you shouldn't, by the way. I tell my kids that all the time. But you use them anyways, and you get some of whatever it is in your mouth, and you're not supposed to eat it, you know? It's like doing something the easy route, even if you know it's not the right route. I don't know where that came from, but anyway. Now you have a Sea Queen. Sea Queen. That's the Queen of Cups. There's love here. I can't unsee it now, you know, right? There's love here. There's a soulmate connection that's here. Being in the clouds. But I think it's something that you've given up on before you even give something a chance. Or this could be part of this unfinished business here as well, of course. Why is the Hierophant in reverse? The Hierophant is often in reverse whenever you're not understanding the lesson. So what is that? That is the Sky Kitty. That is the Page of Swords. Okay, so that Queen of Cups with that Knight of Cups is, well, I mean, it's an emotional taking action or an emotional offer, you know, or to me that's like going after love, or going after what you feel like is opening yourself up to that, being vulnerable, taking a risk, or taking that chance. The Sky Kitty is the Page of Swords. Why am I stuck here? Well, the pages are messengers, and it's also truths, and hard truths is what we're talking about. But being honest with yourself here is part of the lesson that you're needing to learn or see, and I don't think that that's something that you are learning or seeing. It's like defeating. It's like not even giving something a chance or opportunity and walking away from it before you can see that there is I don't know, there's another thing here too. I feel like you know what the truth is, or I feel like like you may be like, this could be about taking action towards something or saying something, but this can also look like not wanting to face it, because that Hierophant is there. It's like a hard lesson to face. Let's keep going. Also, my stomach's just started feeling weird, like butterflies or something like that. And it's weird too, because I talked about like eating something you're not supposed to, I don't know if that's relevant to somebody or something like that. There may be something here like doing something or saying something or acting in a way you're not supposed to, or feeling judged for actions or something that's said. Okay, let's keep going. Why is the Six of Sea here? There's the Tower. Yeah. Let me get all the rest of them out before I can put this storyline together. Why is that Nine of Fire, Nine of Wands in reverse, Five of Wands in the reverse? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, the Hanged Cat in reverse. The Hanged Cat is Pisces energy. The Hanged Man being in reverse. I just saw flowers like this, actually. Is when you can't see something any other way. But you also have the two. You're in the middle of making some kind of decision. That's why this is so difficult. I'm getting into clouds here, just like you are. You're safer, I feel like, in the comfort of the clouds in the fantasy world than you are to being in actually implementing that into reality, which is what this card talks about. In the fantasy, in the illusion of things, you don't have there's not a lot of there's no substance to that. But while your head's in the clouds here on Earth, you are actually able to take some kind of action, or to do something differently, or to change a situation even. But I feel like that you are in a place to where you're stuck in a particular mindset, and you're not seeing that there's an Ace of Pentacles here for you. The Ace of Pentacles is the stability and the sense of security that you're looking for here, being in the King of Pentacles. But I think that this is like feeling like you don't have a choice, but you do. There is a choice. It just requires you to take some sort of action here, and that's the lesson. And I think that that's something that you're not recognizing, or you're not seeing. I feel like this is a situation maybe you feel like you can't change, so that this is why you're in this place of a mindset of kind of fantasizing or dreaming about something, because you feel like it's not realistic. But I think there's some kind of sense of self-sabotage going on here, where you actually have a platform, or have an opportunity to change a situation, but you have to get yourself off of this perception that you're on. You have a particular way of seeing a Tower moment, perhaps. Six of Cups is something of the past. It could have to do with wanting to leave something a certain way. Hold on, I'm gonna get a card for that. This Two of Swords at the bottom. Yeah, look at that. Not wanting to take a risk or a chance. There's your Five of Cups. Moving on. Not wanting to take a risk or a chance here. Feeling like you don't have a choice. Why is it that you feel you don't have a choice? But some of you, I don't think that you... Hold on. I have to get some more cards. This feels very complicated. This cloud energy is tearing me up. I don't know if you're an air sign or you have that heavy in your chart, or you could be an air sign in your moon placement. Because feelings are involved here, but it's like it being logical about your feelings. And I think your reality of a situation could be somewhat obscured. Is that how you say that? Obscured. It sounded weird when I said that, though. Anyway, let's keep going. This is a lot. I mean, this is a Six of Fire here that's just popped out. You may be stepping into a lot of realizations, a lot of... With that Tower moment, I think that's what that is. You're having a lot of realizations, I feel like, of how you feel, and it has to do with something of the past. That can be this Four of Cups as well. Whatever this is what you're needing to focus on or try to overcome, because this, I feel like, is blocking you in some way. That could be the truth. When they say you sneeze in a reading, it means that that's the truth. This situation, I feel like, is blocking you from perhaps your stability. I feel like you have more control here than what you think. Okay, anyway. Tell me about the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. The stars. There's your dream. There's your wish. You have an idea of what you really want or what you really wish would happen. And I think that you're afraid of that not taking place, of that not actually unfolding or happening. There is fear here. I feel it here, and I feel it here. Tell me about that. There may have been something here you've said or done that you wish you wouldn't have said or done. Yeah, two of Earth. That's the Two of Pentacles. Maybe for some of you, there was some kind of like a choice here that was made that you feel like this is about wishing you would have done something differently. That's the Four of Cups. It's about shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You know, you're really thinking about that. You're needing to get stability over this. And you definitely have an opportunity here to... You might not have... Okay, so for some of you have an opportunity to actually change the situation. But for others of you, this is like a teaching moment. And you have an opportunity to learn from this. So take it how it resonates. And you're needing to just kind of do whichever that is so that you can get past this, because it's somehow or another, it's got a control or hold on your sense of security or stability, creating some kind of blockage for you. What's the Tower, Scorpio energy? This is double Scorpio energy, actually, with that Six of Cups in reverse, Ten of Cups in reverse. You're unhappy here about some things that I think that you're realizing or understanding pertaining to your past that perhaps maybe you didn't see before. I think you're also, if there's some kind of unfinished business or reconciliation here, this is a feeling of that being a Tower moment and being unhappy in that whatever that it happens. This is like you living in your dream world, or your fantasy of how something would go is so much safer. And I think that you feel like you're protecting yourself mentally, like staying in that place. You don't have your feet planted on the ground, and if you did, you would realize that you can actually take action and walk away from that fantasy and make something of some sort of reality or change, or to move away from something that could just be a huge block for you right now. It's like Spirit saying you feel stuck, but you're not stuck. And I think living in that place, it's so much safer. It feels so much better than having to live out something else that you've created in your mind. Because I feel like you maybe have a fantasy that you're staying in here, but you also have a nightmare as well. And I think that nightmare is what's keeping you stuck, like staying in the clouds, so you don't have to face the opposite of what could happen. Family could be important here. The Ten of Cups in reverse, too, is not seeing something for what it is, like not valuing something. Also, if this is in your life in general, and you may do this in different areas in your life, you could have this like fantasy of what something is supposed to be, and maybe even like connections are supposed to be, and they're not really realistic to what life really offers us. And there's meaning and importance behind every connection that we have. But if you have a mindset that every connection is going to be like the Ten of Cups, then you're going to be, unfortunately, very disappointed in life, because the Ten of Cups is not a lasting energy. I always like to describe it as like a particular blissful moment where you feel emotionally fulfilled or full, but it's not realistic. It's not something that lasts. It's a moment, it's a memory, but it's just not something that lasts. And you may find yourself like having like certain kind of expectations over what it is that how something should be. And that could be something that you run into a lot of issues with, because nothing really lives up to that. So making room for trial and error, I feel like, is really important. Just in your life in general, but most particularly in relationships. Nobody can live up to this. Nobody can live up to the Ten of Cups 24/7 all the time. That's impossible. And if you feel like you can live up to that, if you feel like it's always supposed to be that way, life's gonna hit you hard. It's not a realistic way of thinking. Do y'all see that? What is that? Is that a gnat, I guess? I have a door in my room that's right here, and so my kids leave that damn door open so much. And I'm like, shut the door. You're letting stuff in the house. Anyway, why is that? Might have meant something to somebody. I don't know. Letting outside things influence or in your that's what I talked about before. The house, the home represents that stability, safety, security. Letting outside things mess up a foundation, mess up your sense of stability in some way. Maybe you let something mess up a relationship, or I don't know. There's a lot of different kinds of realizations I feel like that you're coming to here. Why is that Nine of Wands in the reverse with that Five of... This is about settling for how something is. Giving up and settling for how something is and going your separate ways. Well, that's a stubborn way of looking at it. This could be someone, that's around you that feel like has just kind of given up. And they're being stubborn here. But this is like not wanting to hurt your ego in any kind of way, or not wanting to fight. This is avoidance, isn't it? Are you avoiding someone? This unfinished business. Guarding yourself. You want to change something, but I think that you may be avoiding perhaps facing a situation. There's a lot of fire here. This could be fear of someone else's reaction. Like I said before, you don't want that to mess up the good memories that you do have. This could be somebody close to you or around you that I'm reading. What is that's Leo energy that's there. What's the Hangman in reverse with that Ace of Pentacles? The Three of Wands in reverse. This to me is also that like pity energy where it's like there's a lot of mixed emotions that are going on here, and a lot of them are negative when it comes to the situation or yourself, where it kind of is exhausting. All this fire is exhausting, and it keeps you from being able to see that there's an opportunity there, because once you mentally think about like the obstacles, the challenges, everything that you'll have to do or go through or what you could have to face or whatever, it's like, oh, man, that's a lot. I can't do that. Nope, that's a bad idea. And there's a sense of sabotaging yourself. That Three of Fire in reverse is saying, like, this is remember what I talked about high expectations. This is so crazy to me, because it's self-sabotage is what I'm reading. Your mindset is sabotaging any opportunity that you may have, which is clear you have one, because the Ace of Pentacles is upright with that tree. The Three of Wands is turning your back, so is the Nine of Wands. They're turning your back on something. There's a lot of emotion that's here, and a lot of wake-up calls or realizations that are here. And this is the hard truth, I feel like, is that you may be sabotaging yourself out of something good. For some of you, this might have to do with being stuck in a particular mindset here where you feel like something would be too challenging. So you just, like in some of you, this has to do with not challenging yourself enough. Remember I talked about like being consistent and staying in a routine, being consistent and doing a certain thing in order to get to that stability that you're looking for? You may sabotage yourself in that, and I don't think that you may realize that you are. And for some of you, this may have affected an area in your life where you have a lot of memories or emotions because of that Six of Cups with the Ten of Cups and the Tower. Three of Wands in reverse is like, you know, setting expectations that you couldn't possibly meet. Can be no longer waiting around for something to take place. But again, mindset, your mindset. Look at that. Eight of Swords in the reverse. This is getting out of your head. This is what I was talking about why I was so confusing with the clouds. The Eight of Swords in reverse. This is like you're keeping yourself stuck. This is sabotage, you know, and this is like needing to wake up, needing to get out of that. The Five of Swords, avoiding conflict. The Four of Swords in the reverse, overthinking things. That's the Knight of Wands. There's that scattered energy that we talked about. Or actually, that's the Page of Wands, which is the same thing, and there's your Four of Cups. You have a singing lobsters over here, and you're not even looking at it. Who gets to see that, you know? You're missing out. Okay. We know where you are. You do still have a decision on your hands. Even if you don't see it, it's there. But if you don't recognize or believe that you can, it's like setting dreams, but then not really believing in them yourself. I don't know. Or it's just being in the dream state or the fantasy is safer than having to really face the reality of stuff. Anyway, there's a decision that you can have here. There's a decision that's here. The Two of Pentacles is prioritizing and making a decision. I feel like you're not taking any kind of action. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to take away all these cards now that I kind of know where you are, what's going on, what's the hard truth, and we're going to take a look and see how can you best face the truth and grow from this, okay? So let's see. How can you face this and grow from this? How can you face this? Ooh, I just smell alcohol, like drinking alcohol. I just smell like a sweet drink. And I haven't drank in a while. Like it's been a minute, you know. I haven't really sat down and thought about it, but that's what it smelled like. It's like when you hold that kind of a drink up to your lips, like I don't know, a martini, or like I saw that in the pile before, a martini. That's why I said martini, but I don't know, any kind of drink. It's like that simple syrup kind of smell. It's weird. It's just like smelt it, and then you could like, it's that feeling of that first taste on your lips, you know. There's Tower again. That Nine of, oh my gosh. So those of you who don't know tarot that well, you have Scorpio energy here. The Nine of Cups in the reverse can be like overindulging or drinking too much. That's kind of weird, huh? Some of y'all, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's the case. That's pretty crazy. Okay, let's see. Now that we know what their hard truth is, what is their, how can they best face this truth and grow from this? What do they do with this? Oh, you got the Devil in reverse. That's a good sign. It's releasing yourself from things that are not serving you or toxic. I have to say this because it just came through, you know. If you're overindulging in certain things, then Spirit's calling you out here, okay? The Devil in reverse after what I just said. I mean, you have the Magician here. In order to manifest what it is that you want, you have to release what it is you don't. You have to realize what that is and what that isn't. You have the Five of, we saw that a while ago. It's the Five of Wands in the reverse. This can be like needing to face the conflict. It's about change too. This can be about making amends. Maybe there's something you need to make amends with here. The Disappointment, the Sun in reverse. Whatever you're disappointed in yourself or disappointed in the situation, there's this, what is going on over there? There's a cat, guys. It's a stray cat. It's not my cat. It comes around because I have cats, though, obviously. All mine are fixed, just so you are aware. But this cat is sitting on my fence. I have never seen it sit on my fence like that before. And I swear to y'all, if this cat has babies in my storage, I cannot afford any other member of this household. If I ever do, it's going to be a dog because I already got 3 cats. Can't do it. Please go somewhere else and have those babies. Don't bring them over here. Goodness. Okay, anyway. Sorry, this cat tarot, though, too. That's crazy, huh? Listen to your intuition here is what it's saying. Listen to your intuition. Cats see things in the dark that others don't, like the Devil here. Your answers here to this are actually in the dark, and releasing those, even if it's just your mindset and the things that you tell yourself about the situation, but releasing those and those are not serving you. Whatever it is it's not serving you. You can manifest something here. You have to realize what it is that you actually want and get rid of the things that you don't. I do feel like there's this energy here of making amends with whatever this conflict here is, and the disappointment that you feel. You have the 9 of Swords here. That's worry and fear. I mean, the 9 of Cups. Why did I say the 9 of Swords? I already saw that card once. I knew it was there. This is about, there's so much stuff going on in this card that's distracting. But this is about your happiness. And it's funny too, because he's dreaming, which is rare for this 9 of Cups to have someone that's dreaming. It's like when you're happy, when you're dreaming, you're happy. You're really afraid of facing something, a disappointment. But I think that you're also really needing to, because I feel like that is your blockage. This is about what makes you happy and finding happiness here, even though there is disappointments. Okay, so how are they supposed to do that? How do they grow from this? What is the Devil here in reverse? You have the Ace of Wands. Hold on, guys, just one second. Okay, sorry, guys. I had to text the teacher back. Okay. Anyways, so we have the Ace of Wands that's here. You need to use that. You know, here's the thing. Okay, so fear and passion use the same source. It comes from fire. And this is kind of insinuating to use that being afraid. Why did I say that? Fear. Why did I say fear comes from fire? Being afraid to get burned. You are really afraid of that, aren't you? There's this feeling here of being really afraid of being heavily disappointed here. I think whatever this is, it will cause or could cause a lot of, I don't know, either you don't want to disappoint someone, or this could just cause just a whole lot of hurt and disappointment. I think this is what you're trying to avoid. Anyway, the Ace of Wands is an opportunity, but it's up to you what to do with the opportunity that you have, like we talked about before. This is about you needing to find your passion here, to break through the devil. The devil is that fear, though, being afraid. This is about you using this as an opportunity to break through that fear and cause the change to take place. You have that Magician there, which is, Capricorn and some Gemini, Virgo here. What is that there for? You have more control, I'm telling you, than what you think you do. You have a free kitty here. Oh my God. No way, because it's Fire Kitty, not Free Kitty. But it's funny that I said that because of the cat and the babies. Gosh, I don't need any more free cats, guys. But we have Fire Kitty here. Oh my goodness, guys, look at this. He's fixing to touch that flame. And I just talked about you being afraid that you're going to get burned. And it's in reverse. You have control here in this. This is an opportunity to do something here to change a situation for yourself. And I feel like you're just not seeing it. You're stuck in this Four of Swords and this complacency of feeling like, oh, well, shoulda, coulda, woulda, you know. But you're still in it. You still have a horse in the race. You just don't see that it's racing. That Fire Kitty is the Page of Wands in reverse. You're not looking at this the right way when it comes to the source of control here, or what you're capable of. Like, you have all these tools that you need, that you I want to say that you have the resources, you have the willpower, but you're just not using it, you see? Why is the Five of Sky in reverse? I don't know what this is about, but my goodness. Seven of Cups in the reverse. There's your Seven of Cups. There's that card I referenced here with the head in the clouds. Gosh, guys, my phone has been going off like, I have 11 text messages right now. Maybe you've been distracting yourself with other things. Could be things that aren't so good for you. With your head in the clouds, you know, like maybe you've been leaning on coping mechanisms, you know, that aren't good for you. This is something, if that's the case, you're needing to get away from this because, obviously, right? But the Five of, spit it out, Holly. The Five of Swords in the reverse can be interferences, things that are getting in the way. And that Seven of Cups is that fantasy or that dream that you have. And there's lines on here too, which is crazy. I saw that earlier. In the star card, I saw that. Aquarius energy. What you believe in. Aquarius energy. The 11th house. Socialize. There may be something here with others or something to do with others or something that could be getting in the way of your path, like clouding your vision. Be careful who you listen to here. Hold on, I'm going to pull a card for that. Can you give me another card for that? Yeah, I pulled two. This cat's going to have babies in my yard, guys. I'm telling you. Look at this. You have an Empress here with the cats, with the kittens. This is a sign from Spirit for me. You have Aries, Libra, Taurus, and a little bit of Aquarius here. That Fool in reverse with the Empress. This is taking a risk or chance here on somebody or something. This is about growth and expansion. The Empress is all the queens in one, but she's able to grow and expand into, she knows what seeds to plant and how to take care of them so that they create something that's abundant. And she knows how to nurture and provide. But that the Fool in reverse is, oh, this is about risking something. What it is that you want, what are you risking? The Fool is a card of faith. You're stepping off that ledge and saying, I just have faith that this is going to work itself out, and you go for it. I feel like for some of y'all, there is a lot of abundance or growth, maybe even healing here, but it involves you taking a risk, and I think that's where you kind of get in your head or you sabotage yourself. You get tied up in all the, I wanted to say protocols, but it's like all of the other things, like how, like I said before, how it could go wrong. It's like somebody talking you into going skydiving, and you're like, yeah, I want to do that, but then that person's like, wait a minute, can you think of all the things that could go wrong right now? It's just awful. I'm thinking about this could happen, that could happen, this could happen, and you're like, dude, not good. I don't want to go anymore. This is what you do in like your mind in a way, which I kind of already talked about that before, but let's take a different look here and see. I was talking about, I was wanting to ask the Seven of Cups in reverse. Somebody or something around you may be telling you not to take such a risk or not to take a risk on something because they're telling you it may not grow or it may not change anything. I definitely would say not listen to whoever that is that's doing that, because that's the Fool in reverse, the Strength in reverse. Leo energy's there. And consequences. Listening to someone else here could leave you in a, giving someone else control in a situation you could pay the consequences for that. So if there is somebody there, I would definitely recommend not listening to them. Sometimes you can get too much advice, and they could be basing this off of their own journey as well. So just be careful of that. This could also be like how something is making you look, like using your strength in a negative way. Like, I'm the strong one. I'm gonna overpower the situation, but that can actually hurt you negatively. That Leo is also like that, the ego side of things, you know. So the downfall to that is being stubborn. Anyways, that is actually the Justice. Libra, tell me about the Sun in reverse, which is also Leo energy. You have a 10 of Swords in the reverse. This is recovery. I think that you may be afraid of recovering, like if you can recover yourself here or not, if you're able to recover from something or not. We talked about that before. You may be so afraid to take a chance or a risk because you're afraid if it doesn't work out or if you're disappointed, it's going to be extremely hard to recover from, you know. But I also feel like what you're not seeing is that I feel like this is going to help you to release this blockage at least, because this is a feeling of you don't know unless you try. And I feel like if you tried, you would know. And at least by knowing, you could fall back into this 9 of Cups, which is, well, at least now you know. You know, your head's not full of swords or in the clouds. Tell me about that. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This is knowing that, to me, this is knowing that you've done everything that you could do in a situation or in your life in general, where you are or whatever this has to do with. Like, you actually implemented it. Like that card talked about, you know, being in reality and acknowledging, get your head out of the clouds. You can actually take action here and cause significant change to take place. But that is definitely something that is in your hands. The Spirit can leave us opportunities and chances and lessons and everything, and all day long, all day long. We could go through some of the hardest lessons in our life, but it is up to us if we learn from those. And it's up to us if we're aware and we take the initiative. They're not going to make us, they're not going to push us off the cliff, you know. You have to have faith that listening to your intuition and doing the right thing and taking that leap. So how can they actually grow from this, though? One is to find the fire. Where's your fire? Find your fire here. Where's your passion? Get passionate about whatever this is. Also, get back on track. If you've been veering off here with this devil energy, you have the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Definitely don't let anyone influence whatever your desire is, whatever your wish is, whatever your dream is, whatever you feel like you need to do. Don't let anyone else throw you off path. That 3 of Pentacles in reverse is looking at a situation and going, whatever I've been doing isn't working. I want to do something differently, and I need to do something differently. So if you've been listening to others, that's definitely a, look at that. Yeah, I do feel like other people may have influenced you here in something because, or some outside interference or some kind. This is another 3 out. It's the 3 of Swords in the reverse. This is about healing and forgiveness. It's about overcoming the obstacles, overcoming pain. You have a 4 of Swords in reverse. This is overthinking things. Bottom line with this is getting out of your head. You have an 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. Taking a second back to actually get out of your head about the fact that you don't feel like something's going to work out here. And it's like the only way that you can move forward. Yeah, you have Good Kitty. This is Judgment in the reverse. This is kind of a frustrating reading, guys. You have a Knight of Wands here in reverse. That's that scattered energy. Judgment Day is here, okay? Judgment Day is here, but this is, are you going to take it or are you not? You can sit and blame everyone else, everything else, all day long. Blame the past, blame everything else or whatever it is. But it's up to you to recognize it. It's up to you to know that judgment is here. You're being called, guys. Whoever's reading this is, whether this is your reading or someone around you, someone is being called and they're not taking the call. They're not taking the call. They're trying to avoid chaos here and they're just moving away from it. But it's sabotaging the opportunity that's actually there for you. This is an energy of spirit asking you to be maybe humble or just find your fire, man. Just where's the fire? Where's the passion of this? I'm going to get a different card for y'all because I need something else to help me explain this. This is a difficult reading. It's very scattered. The energy is like all over the place. It reminds me of this right here. You have that wind, what do you call those? Wind gauge, right? Anyway, right here, and it's like upside down, and it's just like the Four of Swords in reverse. It's over analyzing, overthinking. And then you find yourself where? Not making progress. The Eight of Pentacles. This is not following the path, not working on something to better, not staying on that routine or being consistent in some kind of way, letting other things interfere with that. Have faith. The angels are working behind the scenes to make the relationship flourish. For some of you, something's going on here. Like you're dreaming up, and this is funny too, because you're in this dreamy energy. It's like you're dreaming up or manifesting an opportunity, but you don't see that it's growing, like it's being built behind you. Reconciliation. Some of y'all, this has to do with the reconciliation with unfinished business here. Someone from your past is or will be returning into your life soon. We have distance here. For some of you, this Three of Swords, something's gotten in the way of a relationship, and this can be love, this can be family, this can be anything like that, right? But you have the separation that you're experiencing is necessary to help this relationship grow. So with deception here, someone is wearing a mask in this relationship. There's something that has gone on here, and this could be other people around you that you may not be seeing clearly. Maybe you've woken up to that with that tower that came out twice. But needing to distance yourself from any kind of deception here, or denying yourself or sabotaging yourself. Okay, having faith and passion that you can do something, that you can change this. Okay. Taking action. It's a lesson. Get your head out of the clouds. Come back to reality. There is a vehicle waiting for you here to lead you to where you need to go. Might be kind of a bumpy ride, maybe a little bit scary, but it'll get you to where you need to go. Okay, so just stay on the path. Maybe you're just needing to be redirected, courage, definitely, and letting go. Letting go of baggage is something that's here. Letting go of whatever is something that's here, especially if there's reconciliation or forgiveness. It's about letting go of what has been done, because now I know that is very sensitive in a tarot reading, because it's a general reading. I'm not directly speaking to any of y'all. And so take it with how it resonates or fits your story. This could be about forgiving a situation for yourself. But forgiveness will take you a long way. You won't carry that emotional baggage with you. Anyway, courage. No one is fearless, no one. But even though I'm not fearless, I am courageous. When fear shows up, I don't run away from it. I use my courage to conquer it. My courage allows me to walk right up to that fear and kick it in the nuts. Then quickly hide behind someone else that's bigger until it goes away. And then you have letting go. I don't dwell on the bad things that happened. That's that Four of Cups. I let things go because I have enough heavy things to carry around. And also, grudges aren't a great look. So for some of you, this has to do with holding a grudge about a situation here. Not recognizing maybe perhaps that you have the ability to change it, or you have the ability to change your mindset about it. Which could change it. Okay, let's get a postcard from Spirit. I kind of want to get something I didn't get for the other pile, and I know this has already been pretty long reading, but I haven't used these in a long time either. But look, love and transformation. It's change. I want to see what's possible. Making an effort and letter could be about communication. What's possible here moving forward for pile 3? What's possible? Single. They are single and available to pursue. Maybe you're wanting to go towards someone, but you're maybe afraid to. And ring. No kidding. That's kind of crazy. An agreed upon mutual union between lovers. Marriage could be involved. And balance is at the bottom. Something is not equal. Give and take. Focus on balancing yourself. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. I don't know, maybe somebody needed to see that. Cutting, yeah, balancing and cutting. Cutting out some things and committing, perhaps maybe just to yourself is where to start here, you know? Finding your balance again. I think y'all's just gotten a little lost, a little off track from a situation. It's time to sever unhealthy attachments. The cycle must be broken. That sword he's holding here is protecting yourself by severing what's not serving you in this journey and becoming this King of Pentacles that you want to be, this loyal companion, whether that's a loyal companion being that person or just that sense of stability and security. I think you have a lot of high expectations here of yourself. And I think that when you don't meet those expectations or you let someone else down, I feel like it affects you tremendously. And I think you just need to give yourself a break and get out of your head and realize that you have the opportunity to take more action and have more control than what you give yourself credit for. You just have to believe that that you're capable of it, and you definitely are. And you are also in a manifestation energy too. And that's one reason this reading is so important about you letting go of the things that don't serve you. Anyway, you are divine beauty. Dearest you, we have a secret to share with you. If you act as if all is well, it will be. Act as if you are brave and you will have courage. There you go. More courage. Act as if you are loved and you will be a magnet for love and experience the love of spirit. Act as if your prayers have already been answered, as if you are truly in sync with good fortune. How you think is how you will be seen in the world. Interact with it and draw conclusions from it. If you want to be the person who has the life that you want, co-creating and loving what is yours, you need to start acting as if that were the truth. Don't worry about the conditions in your life that seem empty or cancerous, chaotic or barren. These are temporary and don't even count. Define them and act as if you're the luckiest person on the planet. You will be, for you already are. That's the real secret. You are infinite potential. Loving you so much, rainbows explode in the ether. So again, you have a lot of manifestation power here in this. And it's like this reading's just like, they're wanting you to ball it up like this Ace of Wands and take action and do something about it. Believe in yourself, or believe that something other than a disappointment is possible, you know, and really believe it. But not only just believe it, do it. Make it happen. Stick to what you say is right for you, or what is true for you. Okay. Anyway. If not now, then when? There you go. You don't have a soul, you are a soul. Yeah. Okay, so we have J, Q, G, P, O, M or W, and a T. Okay. Mop is right there. Jog is right here. Don't walk, jog. Don't walk, run. I don't know why that's funny, but whatever. Okay, so I'm going to leave y'all right here. Remember, this can also be a W, so. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for being here. I definitely hope this helps you guys. And I just, no kidding, saw 24 on the timer. 24, 24. Y'all have the number 24, so that could be relevant. Hey Siri, what does the spiritual number 2424 represent? It is a spiritual awakening and transformation. It could be a sign of guidance from the divine, indicating that you have the opportunity to open up to new possibilities and embrace new molds of understanding, growth, and spirituality. So there you go. Okay, guys, super long reading. Thank y'all so much for being here, and thanks for all your love and support and kindness. Of course, I hope this helps. Good luck, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, Pile 4. So if you chose Forever Young, number 38, this will be your reading. Okay, there's a lot going on in this card. You see the shell-like skull here. This skull is about transformation. That shell is like coming out of your shell, or doing something differently. But this is in reverse, and if you missed the intro, this deck, it's called the Human Spirit Oracles. You can take reversals with these. There's a part in the book for that. So with it being reversed, I'm wondering if this has something to do with getting and needing to step outside of your comfort zone, maybe. But needing to do something differently, needing to, like, maybe there's an opportunity here for you to level up, but you're needing to take that opportunity. So this is meant to be helpful, not hurtful. So if you get triggered by this reading in any way and you just can't, you know, you don't want to listen to it, it's going to mess your day up, or whatever the case, you just keep in mind you're in control of that. This is a YouTube video, so these are meant to be helpful, really. But they can be triggering. We're talking about hard truths and what you're needing to know that maybe you're just not seeing here that could help, right? So I'm going to read this part of the book before we go ahead and get the oracles out. 38 could be significant here for some of you. The number 11 is kind of about a path that you're on, being on the right path, being on the right track. 3 is about expansion, and 8 is the number of, for me, action. But it's also the 8th house is about transformation. So, all of that being said, let's go ahead and take a look here. Okay, sorry guys. I tried to read this once and I just scrambled everything. I don't know what the heck. So we'll do this again. This is on the page number 87 as well. Okay. It's okay to take a seat at the kids' table, to fool around and be silly, but don't get stuck there. Sometimes we chase youth because we're afraid of failing as an adult, afraid of responsibilities, or of disappointing people around us. And sometimes we're just chasing youth because it's been taken away from us. It is truly easy to forget your age in these cases. Today, do something adult. Pay a bill early. Send out that thank you card that you've been shoved to the side. Okay, that you have been shoving to the side. Okay, so what we're going to do is, before I get started on all that, we are going to put this to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out some oracles. I'm going to do that in a fast version. So speed up the video, and I'll see you in just a second. So we're going to start here with the Truth Oracle. It's revealing the Truth Oracle here. Y'all have intuition, sixth sense, intuition, and subconscious. I can already tell you this feels like something to do with needing to, like, you've tried really hard to get to a certain point, and it's like now you're actually there, and you're needing to live that. You need to actually live what you feel, what the way you're thinking. It's one thing when we go into like leveling up and growing. You know, we can have a mind that's more mature than the way we're actually living that out in our lives. And it's like you're needing to, I feel this energy of like needing to catch up with the other. And it might not have to be just in your life in general. It could just be like just a mindset that you have that you've already, like you already know it's there, but now you're having to work with it so that you can really level up in life, really get somewhere, really manifest things that you want, really have that structure, that stability that you're looking for. It's like you already have the power, but you just need to figure out how to actually use it for your advantage, Okay, so you also have healing, which I've already seen. It popped out of the deck by itself when I was shuffling. So wounds, improving, mending, and progress. So this really is giving off this impression of making progress and healing. So when we go through like a healing journey, or we go through like stages of where we're becoming more aware of possibly some things that are on us that we didn't see before, a way that we are because of X, Y, and Z. We kind of tell ourselves, okay, now that I have identified what this issue is that I have, how am I going to discipline myself into not allowing that to affect how I want to live my life, moving forward, and really being disciplined and really like paying attention to that when it comes up, and being diligent about, working on that. This is something that you're either in the process of doing, or that a hard truth here could be that you're needing to be more structured with yourself, and it's all centered around whatever this is that you're wanting to improve. And this could just be in your life in general. You already know what you have to do now, but now you have to actually put that into action and do it, So this is the Light Series Tarot and the 2 tarot decks that I pulled. You'll have the 2 of Cups and the 2 of Swords in reverse. This is funny. I kept seeing the King of Cups, the Queen of Wands. I saw the Fool and the 3 of Cups when I was shuffling. Some of y'all, this might have to do with going from changing how you see relationships, or evolving with how you see relationships, okay? For others of you, this is like something to do with the 2 of Cups being that bond, or that connection, or that agreement. Like, this can simply be agreeing to something and following through with that, within yourself. That connection or relationship that you have within yourself even. But for some of y'all, this is centered around, you've done some serious healing here when it comes to relationships, or when it comes to what you really maybe even want or desire within a relationship. And this may not be just romantic. It could be other relationships in your life. But it's a feeling here of like something that you want, and all the healing that you've done, and now kind of putting that into a perspective of an actual relationship. I want something solid. I want something committed. I know now where I've gone wrong in past relationships. I know I've learned a lot about myself, and it's time. It's time. There's this feeling here of like leveling up when it comes to how you see love or connections. That 2 of Swords being in reverse can be like when you're indecisive, or there's a choice that may be somewhat out of your control. Let's see what this is first. Empowering question. Okay, y'all have, am I doing more of the things that keep me alive, or more of the things that make me feel alive. What makes me feel alive? So this ties into this forever young. You know, when we're younger, we tend to kind of fall into, not everybody, but take it how it resonates, okay? When we're younger, we tend to fall into doing things that make you feel alive. You're young, you're, footloose and fancy free. You're ready to kind of go off and do kind of things. You seem to have more of a spark in you, and less fear related to things. Because everything's so new to you. So you're wanting to go and explore and do all these things. But if we did that throughout our whole entire lives, that's not going to get us very far. You have to have some kind of structure or discipline here in order to live a sustainable, overall healthy life, right? There has to be discipline, consistency, routine. It's part of adulting, unfortunately. I wish we could all kind of live like my children live, which would be like this kind of energy here, and just, not have a lot of cares or worries. And but not that they don't. I'm sure they do have plenty of cares and worries, but the responsibilities change. The responsibilities change. And yeah, sometimes the weight of being an adult and the responsibility behind that is extremely heavy, especially, the older we get, I feel like. It's just in different ways. Yeah, it's funny too. I've never really thought about it, but even with children, it's like physically they're your responsibility, but then after that, or during that even, but they're always going to be emotionally or not your responsibility, but on you, like a kind of something you carry around with you. You want your kids to be happy and all that, so it's like that never goes away as far as being a parent goes. Am I doing more of the things that keep me alive, or more of the things that make me feel alive? So maybe needing to balance that out with this Two of Swords, needing to find that balance between the two things, with committing to yourself and staying in that structured or that stable place, implementing what you've learned, how you've healed, and mending those particular areas so that you can level up, that you can improve. And for some of you, this is like, okay, I've been seriously playing around for too long. It's time for me to, I need to get back on schedule here, that kind of thing. So take it how it resonates. You're being called out here, obviously, for some of you. Okay, hold on. We most of the time as adults, we kind of know when we're veering off the beaten path, and sometimes you can't prevent that, kind of what this card said here. Sometimes you just can't prevent it. For some of you, there may have been something to do with healing your inner child, and maybe you kind of grew up too quickly. Maybe your childhood was not great due to other things, outside things. That could be a multitude of things, so I can't just sit here and go on and on, and you've never been able to actually live footloose and fancy free, and as an adult, as you get older and you kind of have your own things, your own stuff, it kind of puts you in that place to where, okay, this is good, this feels good. I haven't felt like this. I never got to be a kid, that kind of thing. But this is kind of like just a reminder from Spirit to just make sure you have that balance, because it's so important, right? Am I doing more of the things that keep me alive? So I feel like those things are obviously, very important. So your priorities. Oh. I don't know what that was, but I'm sorry, guys. That was, I'm waiting for something important. And that was just a package, so no big deal. Okay, the Three of Pentacles came out. This can be work, commitment, working something out, working together. Let's keep going. This is about growth and expansion. Doing something to grow, to build. It's the hard truth. Queen of Swords in the reverse. What's the hard truth here? You know, I didn't see it before, but I do now because all these threes that are popping out. There's that Three of Cups again. For some of you, there may be some sort of relationship that's here where there's this like deep connection or intuitive type connection that's here, where there's something to do with some healing that's going on there, like mending, healing, because this is really focused around relationships in your life or areas in your life. These two cards right here, the Queen of Swords, the Three of Cups, this could be somebody that you may be disconnected from. Whoever it is, they have their eye on you. I don't know what that means. They're thinking about you, or they have their eye on you. Do you see the way she's in the front here and then her here too? She's looking directly over here. This is maybe somebody you have your back turned to at this time, or you're not focused on, or something like that. I don't know if this is a friend, or, you know, just take it how it sits with y'all, because I feel like it could be anybody. It could be friend, family. It could be somebody you've been in a relationship with. That's Libra energy, which is heavy here. Eight of Swords in reverse. You're not as stuck as you think you are. Which is something that's been coming up lately, this Eight of Swords in reverse. Because I feel like with the eclipse, it shows things to us that make us get out of that place of feeling stuck, right? For some of y'all, this might have to do with healing past a relationship. Something that maybe you still have love here, because this Two of Cups is upright, which means you still feel a connection, you know. Eight of Swords in reverse is just getting out of your head. And Death here in reverse is about, this can be about avoiding an ending, or something that just is not going to change. Is not transforming or changing in some kind of way. Needing to get out of your head here about this. This is a commitment. This is wanting to work out something. Okay, let's see what the underlining energy is of this and why these are here. Why is that? Oh, it's funny too, because y'all have 3 and then the 8, and y'all picked number 38 as your card. Tell me about why that 3 of Pentacles is here for a hard truth they need to know. There's the Fool again. Y'all might be in the middle of making some kind of decision around a agreement, contract, relationship. Interesting. The Fool here, Aries energy with that 3 of Pentacles, is taking a risk. Taking a risk at working something out. Why is that Queen of Swords in reverse? The 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is that energy of stepping out of your comfort zone. There may be somebody here. This could just be you, so please take this how it fits to your story. There's different storylines that are here. For some of you, this is someone that you may be approaching or wanting to. For some of you, this is your energy, and this is about you nurturing yourself and getting yourself back on that smooth path that we talked about, getting away from that beaten path. Because the 9 of Pentacles can look like not really having everything that you need, and not knowing how to get what it is that you actually need, or what it is that you actually need. But it can also represent stepping outside of your comfort zone and being kind of vulnerable when it comes to not knowing what to do, maybe not knowing what to say. If there's somebody here. Why is that 3 of Cups in the reverse? It's the Moon in reverse. What is that about? Something, Pisces, Cancer, what is that about? the Five of Pentacles. Okay, guys, so this is either not, feeling like you don't have exactly what you need and you feel kind of left out in the cold or abandoned in some kind of way. For some of you, this has to do with a relationship. And either someone turning their back here, or there being something here that you're needing to turn away from. For some of you, the Three of Cups can look like friends that aren't really friends. It can look like people that gossip behind your back, people that just don't have your best interest, or people that you don't need to really be around. That could be throwing you off your path in some way when it's in reverse. But it's like a hard thing to get away from because there's that closeness to it. So somehow or another, there's like this close energy that's there. And the moon in reverse is like, this is like things are being revealed to you perhaps. And for some of you, this could be like the people around you. Since you've healed, you've kind of leveled up in a way. You're looking at it and you're going, you know what, these people around me, they don't really, like, I don't feel like I resonate with them like I once did. But like I said here before, when you start to feel a certain way, and it's okay, we aren't always going to be around the same people. We're going to have different stages in our life where we come together, and then we don't, and then we come together and we don't. When you're in very different areas in your life, it can make it difficult to be in the same energy. When you're single and you don't have any kids, and your best friend is married with children, it's really hard for you to relate. To interact, and if you have people around you that are that way, you may be starting to kind of pick up on, I don't really resonate with this. Like, I think for some of y'all are wanting a connection. Like, you're wanting that more soulful, meaningful connection, and you haven't been able to really find that. Some of you may have everything that you need, but you still feel a lack. Okay, so why is I just feel like you're not getting your needs met. And there's things being revealed to you about that. And I feel like it has to do mostly with the connections and people around you. Why is the Eight of Swords in the reverse? Yeah, Temperance in reverse with the Eight of Swords in reverse. There's this like unsettled or uneasy feeling. Because I feel like your intuition's telling you what you need to do. That's the bottom line, no matter your situation. I feel like your intuition here is telling you what is needed. But you're having to either find that balance, or you're having to make the choice to do what your intuition's telling you to do here. And I think that makes you feel uneasy because you're coming out of a place to where you may have actually kept yourself stuck for quite some time, and you're coming out of that comfort zone. Even though this was a place that was unknown and made you feel not so great, it was still a place that you created, that was a safe place for you. Because truth be told, when we actually don't know how things are, sometimes that feels safer than actually knowing, because the truth could be hard. And that's what we're talking about, hard truths. And I think that you're coming out of that. You're coming out of this like realization, and you've felt it. You've known it, you've felt it, like the intuition. You've known exactly what you've needed to do. You've just been keeping yourself stuck there, telling yourself certain things. No, these people are good for me. They I have to be here, or they're not thinking any of those things, or they're not being any kind of way with me. They're good, That's just me getting in my head. You may have been telling yourself that, or this could be a situation where you're like, I can't do that. I can't try to compromise here with that person, or I can't do what I need to. I can't have what I need to get done, or it's like you've really held yourself back in some way. And you're breaking through, and some of you just need to break through that barrier and step on the other side of that. Look, see how it's crossed down the middle? And you have these twos over here. It's like you are over here in this storm and you're just needing to get out of that into the sun, into this. You have that moon that's here. It's being shown to you. It's been shown to you. And now you have to do it. That number 8 there, that action like we talked about. Wise Death in reverse. Scorpio energy. You have Sagittarius here too. Pisces, Cancer, Aries, Libra. 6 of Pentacles. This is giving to a situation. This could be a repetitive cycle here. You have the tendency to maybe overgive for some of you, or you have the tendency to give to others before you've given to yourself. It's that kind of a feeling with this generosity here. Or this is about you needing to be generous. So let's see. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Some of you, this has to do with overgiving of yourself emotionally. But for others of you, see that shell she's holding, like your card? See it? She's holding the shell? She's holding the shell here? That's cool. I like it. What a neat... And look! It's death, and there you have the skull. Guys, that is awesome right there. That is so awesome. Okay, so, sorry. I still get really excited when I see cool synchronicities like that. Anyways, and the sunflowers are in the basket, which is the sun energy that's right here. Got that moon right here on this side. And all the flowers that are here in her head, you know. Overgiving of yourself could be something that's here. Or wanting to, you know. Like, sometimes we get off our path because we want so much for the people that we love and that are around us. And we want to be able to offer the things or give or make others feel good, you know. But if we're not giving ourselves what we need first, then that actually ends up being somewhat of a burden. And you can actually build up resentment over time if you tend to overgive too much of yourself, when really you're in control of that, you know. So we might have some of you that have been overgiving in some kind of way, maybe to somebody in particular. But for others of you, this could, if this is a situation, this could be that you, give me one more for that Queen of Cups. It's Cancer energy. The Knight of Pentacles. Look, there's the sunflower in the map with the Knight of Pentacles. That's like where it's at. That's like the key there, you know. This may be something that you just keep doing. For some of you, it's like you can't ever get to this stage here where you're going forward with it. Like you're actually going through with it. And this is something that you're needing to see or understand here. For some of you, this has to do with you overgiving here to someone. What am I missing here? That Pile 4 needs to know. What am I missing here that Pile 4 needs to know? The Four of Swords. Let's put this here. What am I missing here? The Knight of Wands. What am I missing here? You have a Queen of Wands in the reverse. And the Three of Wands in the reverse. Some of y'all... Okay, I'm just going to say what I'm seeing here. Some of y'all might be reevaluating a relationship here. You may not... Some of you may not feel the same way. Or something just isn't giving to you in the way that you want. It's not giving you what you're looking for. But I don't think you've realized that until you kind of got into it. This is like when you go towards something because you feel very magnetic towards it. You feel very attracted to that person on the outside. You know, like they're very attractive and you're very drawn to them. And that kind of pulls you in. But once you get there, it's like not what you expected. You know, it's not... This could even be a relationship where you feel like it's not ever going to be like exactly what you're wanting or what you need. Give me some more about this Three of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, Ace of Cups in reverse. There may be, for some of you, a relationship here. You may be in this now for some of you. That you may have started thinking that that's what you wanted. And now you're realizing like that's not what you wanted. For some of y'all, this is realizing that this isn't going to give to you emotionally like what you need. And that's the bottom line here. Tell me about that Queen of Wands in the reverse. But having the courage to walk away from it could be a part of this, you know, that's here. Strength. Yep, there it is, the courage. Just got done saying that. Having the courage to walk away. I don't know. I keep getting this feeling like y'all are just aren't satisfied with something anymore. And I think it may be something you're in. For some of y'all, this is like relationships. Like you always go after the person you're attracted to, but once you get in that relationship, it's like that's as far as it goes, and then it kind of dies out. And it's like now it's like you really need like this emotional, not that you need, but you really want that emotional type of connection, right? But some of you are only realizing this just now. And for others of you, this is knowing internally that something is not going to be what you really need or want, and having the strength and courage to walk away from that. Having self-love is something that's here. Why is that Knight of Wands in the and you may be very attracted to somebody. I just keep thinking that. Ten of Cups is here, yeah. You have a tendency to go after what you feel like would be happily ever after for you, or this, you know, idea of what that means to you. And I feel like you impulsively go towards it, and you start to grow and build it up like it's going to be this thing. It's going to be this like happily ever after. We're going to live together. It's going to be this amazing thing. And this could be not just this, but other areas in your life. But as soon as anything comes across that kind of obscures that vision that you have, it's like you either get bored, or you get lost, or you I don't know, you just have this hold over what that vision is. And I don't feel like it's what's gonna see. The Ace of Cups is in reverse. You don't ever get the Ace of Cups to begin with. It's just a vision, but it's not there. I hope I'm making sense. It's really kind of hard to explain, but you can see it in the cards. You have the Ace over here in reverse. The Ace normally comes first, but you have the Ten of Cups first because this is your fantasy or idea of it. It's not reality. That Knight of Wands is that impulsiveness that goes towards it because it's going to be that fulfillment, but it's just a temporary thing. Yeah. Anyway, why is the Four of Swords here? Because this is what you keep thinking about. Look at that. It's the King of Wands in the reverse. Okay. For some of you, you're just not in the right place right now. If you are literally with somebody right now, and you have been in this place here, where you've been thinking that this is like temporary fulfillment, it never goes like as deep as you want it to go, or never gets past that stage of what you really expect. And you may even experience a lot of different cycles with this person for some of you. You're reevaluating what exactly it is that you actually want, or even maybe who this person is, or you're needing to. Yeah, Ten of Swords in reverse. For some of you, this is about, it's like, do I really want to reconcile here? You have a King and Queen of Wands out, which is basically two people that have a hard time staying away from each other because there is this like Not that they have to stay away, but if there's this Ten of Swords here, I think that y'all are reevaluating reconciling with someone. Or you're thinking about separating here from someone. What do you need to know about that? What's the most important thing that you need to know about that? Because I feel like I'm all over the place over here. What's the most important thing that you need to know about that, if that's your situation, guys? Not everybody's going to resonate with this. Devil in reverse. I felt it here. That's what this is here. This Ten of Cups and this Knight of Wands. It's building that fantasy. Needing to break yourself away from that. The Devil in reverse. Something, maybe this has to do, something to do with your childhood too, for some of you, of how you've seen or thought about relationships that you have built kind of in your head. I mean, if you grew up watching Disney movies, that didn't help. That did not help. Where's that guy that's going to come save me? You may be a fixer. For some of you here, you may be a fixer. You may have a lot of empathy for someone here, and you just always fall back into that place. Or others, you know. I feel a bunch of different stories here, to be honest, guys. I feel like a lot of y'all may have picked this pile. Because I keep getting little side messages. This Capricorn here with the Devil in reverse. You have Leo, you have Sagittarius there. Aries. So what do you really need to know about this? The Devil in reverse is getting yourself out of this bondage, right? Getting yourself away from some kind of toxicity that's keeping you tied down or stuck. In the Star, and heal. Needing to get away from something in order to heal from it. That's what this is. So either this is like you thinking about this now, or this could be not needing to get away from it to heal, but needing to get away from it so that you can figure out what it is that you really want, so that you can like move towards that actual what you really want, what your real wish is when it comes to connections or where you are, you know. This could even be like, you know, I need to get away from this so that I can grow, so that I can build and stay consistent and do what I need to do for myself. You may have someone here that just kind of feels like, you feel like they keep kind of, I just heard in my head, they're hard to deal with, you know. So that might be it for some of you. That came out of nowhere. But some of you that, yeah, it's just, yeah. Knowing when something's not good for you or not serving you is really what's going on here. And you know it. You just have to now follow through with that. Judgment. There it is. The follow through. Scorpio energy, Aquarius and Capricorn are here too. For some of you, this is, yeah, Seven of Swords. Tell me about that. The Eight of Wands. For some of you, this has to do with the Four of Cups in reverse. It has to do with you getting out of your own head here and going towards something that you feel like is where you need to be or what you need to be doing. And for some of you, that might have to do with denying taking action here around a situation in order to find peace or make peace with it. Now, it's not everybody's situation here, but I was thinking that in my head and asking, and the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Wands came out. That to me is like where you're denying yourself a change here because you're denying taking kind of action towards it. The Seven of Swords is like sneaking, being strategic at how you approach a situation, or being sneaky around approaching a situation. Bottom of the deck, the Four of Cups, the Magician in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Five of Swords, the King of Cups, Six of Swords. Getting to a calmer place, feeling emotionally balanced, but being conflicted here around what the truth is or what you should do, which direction that you should go, because you don't feel stable where you are, and how to actually manifest what it is that you want or need. You know what you have to do. This is reading. If I could title this reading as a collective, I would say, you know what you have to do. You just need to do it. So whatever that is for you guys. I mean, there's different scenarios that are here, but it's like, you know what you have to do. You just have to do it. It's like you've gone through and you've learned. Maybe for some of you, you've learned over and over and over. And it's like, come on, do what now. You have to take that chance and actually go forward with following through with that. And for some of you, this is going to be really hard because it does come along with, getting away from the things that no longer serve you, getting away from the things that hold you back, that keep you stuck. And for some of you, that's hard because there's a lot of emotion that's here, tied up in this. And if it's not with you, it's like being afraid of hurting everyone else in the situation, right? Okay. Whew. I hope that made sense. These readings, guys, I know obviously y'all can tell this is not the same day as the intro and the other readings, because I didn't realize what I was getting into when I did these. And I decided that I needed to take a bit of a break. So I did, and tried the next day. Okay, so we're going to get some spirit message oracles, and I have a stack here that I'm going to pick from. We'll get an affirmator, and then we'll get some initials and charms to close. Okay, so I hope that these are helpful. I feel like most of these are just me, like, giving you more clarity on the things that you already know, or the things you already know you need to do. But I mean, hopefully it's helpful, Okay, y'all have a soul truth oracle. It says, what passion am I ready to pursue? Your passions will continuously lead you to your purpose. What passions have you put to the side or given up on or buried? Okay, this card, hold on. I have to read something. That card said something about pushing something to the side. What was it? Today, do one adult thing. Pay that bill early. Send out that thank you card that's been shoved to the side. There's something here that y'all have been like, well, probably maybe the whole thing, but like not wanting to do, or it's just, this is what this is here too. It's like getting away with something or just putting something to the side. There's something here you need to pay attention to with that, okay? What passion is ready to come alive inside of you? This says, am I doing more of the things that keep me alive or more of the things that make me feel alive? Write a list of passions to which you want to give life right now. Then journal how you can incorporate more of what you are passionate about into your daily life. Trust your soul's whispers and let your passions draw you towards your dream life. That's this here. But this is the same thing. Like, yeah, you can have these passions. It's good to pursue your passions, right? But if you're going to be passionate in pursuing whatever it is that you want, but other areas of your life fall short because you're not doing what it is you need, then where's the balance in that? And how much more balance and peace can you bring to your life? Think about it. Okay. I think things about that like all the time now in my head. I always ask, is this going to bring me, of course not, there's some things we can't avoid, of course, right? But I always say, is this going to bring me joy? Does it? My friend actually came over the other day and she was talking about how she had watched this show before, that this lady declutters houses, right? This may be something that y'all are needing. And she said, pick up the item and look at it and say, does this bring me joy? And she said she did that before, and she'd do it to her husband, and she'd pick it up and say, does this bring you joy? And if it doesn't, then, get rid of it. But it's something that popped in my head. Okay, let's see what that says. Flipped out kind of weird. Number 2, imagine that. Number 2, see the balance here? Being honest about what's right and what's good for you and what you need. A time of healing is about to bless your life. Accept Archangel Raphael's emerald green light while I enhance your strength. Yeah, needing to be strong. Okay. Needing to be strong. Some of you, this is about making a really tough or hard decision around a relationship. I know I've repeated that. I repeat myself a lot in these readings. It's just how I read. I can't help it. I don't remember who I was around. Probably my ex. Ultimate potentials here. But I remember saying something and then I feel like somebody's not getting it. I'll repeat it, but in a different way. And I know I do that in my readings too. And I think it was him, but somebody said, you don't need to put it in a different way. I got it. And I'm like, I don't think you do. Let me tell you like this. Or like, no, you don't need to repeat yourself. You don't need to put it in a different way. I understand. Okay, so anyway. Maybe that's something that's here. Like maybe you don't need to explain yourself as much as what you feel like you do. I think that comes maybe from more of your emotions that you need to heal from than someone else's. Like if you are like a people pleaser, you over giver or fixer or something like that, you can be in a place to where you feel like you have to say, have reasons or excuses of why you can't do something. It's okay, they say no is can be one sentence. Sometimes that's necessary to just disconnect for some of you. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishments. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I have ever tuned into anything else? I'm looking at you, Smooth Jazz Talk Radio. Okay, let's get some initials to close here. I don't remember. I think I got a postcard from Spirit. In the other readings, I know that was just yesterday, but a lot going on around here. So let me go ahead and grab one. I definitely don't want to leave y'all out. If I did, I'm pretty sure I did. Okay. With love. Dearest you, we're gathering our We're gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. You're stepping into a new version of life, getting to tell a story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside of you from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it's exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and pull back when entering any kind of new relationship. There you go for some of you. It's okay to admit that you don't really know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive into and allow the new version of life to take the shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, Spirit. You have made it to a new level, told y'all. And I tell you, you've made it to a new level of awakening and contributing. And we are so excited to see where this will take you next. We're so proud of you. So there you go. That's we needed that card, didn't we? Okay. All right. Some of y'all, this may be about outgrowing. Well, we already talked about it. I want to go back over it again. Outgrowing relationships. I see Drew in the bowl. May mean something to somebody. But you have D-R-E-W or an M, a V, and a Q. Okay? All right. Then we also have a boundaries. This is cactus here, so it's like, you know, giving yourself some time or allowing yourself to bloom, but having some boundaries around you as you do that. You have go crazy, go stupid. This may be what you've been doing or somebody has. You also have you don't have a soul, you are a soul. And be a nice human. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you here. Definitely hope this is helpful. And good luck to you guys. And I hope to see you guys soon.